Oh, I got a smoothie. It's a
Ooh.
little chunky, that's all.
Ew.
What kind of smoothie?
Sick boy.
It's strawberries, blueberries, and mango with some chia seeds and Greek yogurt.
Damn, that's an elaborate ass smoothie, dude. I just fucking put banana and milk and that's it, bro.
I got a protein goal to hit for the day, so there's what this is 27 grams right here with no protein
Damn.
powder. Yeah.
Dude, do you guys recommend protein powder? Because I've not been taking it. Like I haven't tried any at all.
You can get
is
some
gonna be
nice
absorbed.
ones.
You can get protein from many different food sources, but whey protein is going to be absorbed to your muscle faster than almost anything.
Yeah.
Eggs,
Oh, okay.
fish,
But-
chicken, anything.
My
The
trainer
only
keeps telling me to
concern-
drink more of it, but I'm really, really lazy, and it's just
You just add water. How can you be
Biggest
lazy for that?
thing,
because you have to blend it and shit. And it's just like, oh fuck, it's like that's
No,
like
just
30
put
seconds
water,
of my day that I
shaker,
could be
shake
using
it.
for other things.
it.
You gotta
it
shake
should be
it.
something you look forward to in terms of like earning it during a work. Like if you're doing a good workout, you should be looking forward to that protein shake. Like just make a
Oh,
routine.
all right. Because I've been trying to build muscle, but I legitimately like I've plateaued and I eat like a motherfucker. Like I eat literally 4 to 6 times a day,
but
real meals.
You're a long man. Like I could tell from your body type, you're
Yeah.
a long dude, and you probably have a fast metabolism. So your diet's
Mhm.
gonna be more essential for someone like you than anything. Because you'll get stronger, but seeing the difference in muscle mass can be a little bit difficult.
Plus, I run a lot. Apparently, running a lot kind of trumps that too.
That kills your gains.
Put it this way: look at marathon runners and how gangly and skinny they are, and then look at the sprinters. Sprinters are jacked. You can
Mhm.
maintain
true.
muscle mass, but when you're doing long form cardio, you're gonna burn it off a lot easier.
Yep.
Oh, well, I may stop cardio for a while, but since I smoke, that's why I always prioritize cardio.
Nah, just lean into the smoking. That's
Yeah.
what I did. It's just
Oh,
fuck
yeah,
it.
true.
Cardio is overrated. We don't need to run away from animals anymore.
Is my mic on? Someone was complaining about that.
Oh,
No,
you
your
are
mic is
echoing
on.
a bit.
Am
You
I good
might
now?
be on
Yeah.
that's better.
Okay, yeah,
You got
I forgot to put it in my face. I was like way over there. So, okay.
Someone said, "Trey, you're having too much sex." No, not enough.
Well, that's cardio.
Not
in and of
enough.
its
Yeah,
own
that's
right.
cardio. Why do you
So-
have to run?
Well, because you have to run. It's basically the training for the other thing,
No, sex is the best cardio. Like you'll give it 100% every single time. You're running like, what the fuck am I doing this? I can go inside and watch.
Right.
And really, if you do it properly, it's more like a high intensity impact full body workout, really. So it's
True,
it's
true,
actually
true.
the best kind of exercise there is. All the muscle
actually
groups are activated.
Muscles you didn't even know you had. Flexing, putting everything into it.
Next day, you're just there lying in bed. You're like, "Oh shit, oh, body's hurting."
Yeah, but then your dick has guns, so what's there to complain about?
True,
But if you're actually message me offline. I could give you some more tips if you're interested. You're fucking
Yeah,
like
sure.
20 something. This is the time to do it.
Some sex tips?
Yeah, that too. I don't think he needs those, but like I worked as a personal trainer when I was around his age, so I
Oh
actually
shit.
pretty knowledgeable about it.
Nice.
Why are you saying, "Oh shit"? Have you seen Brooks's arms?
Yeah,
bro?
I can
He has
see,
the
bro.
guns
I
on his own.
didn't expect
Right.
that. That's all.
I've always been skinny, but like I hold muscle well, so it's just body types, right?
The comments are fucking frying me, dude. Well, hello everyone in the chat. Hope you guys are doing good. And yes, I do run away from middle-aged ladies' husbands.
Yeah, what the fuck were you showing me? It's a whole like orgy fest in your town or something. People are partying at like 11 o'clock. Yeah, skinny fit. Yeah, I didn't know what the fuck that was, so I just added my part, the Will Smith dance. Just like that's exactly what it reminded me of. That type of vibe.
No, it's a huge festival in my town every June for 4 days because we were talking about Mardi Gras and like wanting to go to Mardi Gras, but there's like a huge festival in my town for 4 days in the first week of June, and like the population goes up 250 to 300%, and it's crazy. Like you're literally partying 24/7 for 4 days. Last year was incredible. Last year plus I was working on, so it starts on Thursday, ends on Monday. I was working on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday night, so basically I work from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. So Thursday night by 9 p.m. I was out partying, get home 7 a.m., just shower, eat, go to work 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. The next day, sleep 20 minutes, then boom, party, cycle. And then Sunday, since I don't work on Sundays, that was like the best day. So the first pint touched my lips at 10:47 a.m. and I partied all the way till Monday 2 p.m. nonstop.
Nice.
So yeah, you guys can have fun with me if you go out, man.
How many women did you add to your body count that day or that
That
weekend?
that weekend.
None.
What?
I don't believe that for a second.
What do you mean, dude? Look, no. Look. So all the ones I met, well, that was added the next week, of course. But if I'm there to party, I'm there to party. I'm not leaving the party just to go get laid. Like hell no, dude. I'm having fun. I'm dancing and shit.
You could have a party while getting laid, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just a distraction. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
He's absolutely right.
It's true.
You've got to be locked in to the zone. Like, there's no time for that, bitches and shit. No.
Yeah, exactly, dude. If I'm partying, I'm on the dance floor sweating my ass off, dude.
Anyway, we technically have a show and stuff that we're supposed to be talking about, but since it's the Oscars, fuck it, I can't be asked.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Well, the
Thank you,
Oscars
Max.
the after Oscars party must be insane. So
Yeah, thank you for
Sounds
keeping
good.
us posted on all this because I definitely wasn't going to be watching
yeah.
that shit. But
Yeah,
it's
as I
interesting
said
to see.
last night, I was watching One Piece instead and just getting Vex's updates on who won and enjoying it whenever Sinners lost.
Yeah,
And that was my
Vex-
evening.
Vex's Sinner updates. I'm like, oh wait, let me check. Sinners is 0 for 8. All right, let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Back to my shit.
I woke up to 200 missed messages on the Discord.
Same.
I was like,
Holy
what the fuck?
Savages.
I mean, no one else. I didn't expect anyone else to watch it, and it's like sports to me. You know, it's rigged, but like it's fun to watch anyways. So
Yeah, I should have
Yeah.
bet on this, honestly.
Yeah, man.
You could, I mean, it's
Profits.
quite easy to do, right? We just have to say what is probably the worst decision they could make in any category. Okay, well, it'll be that one then. Of course. Well, the only right decision they made is that Sinners lost loads of awards. That was really entertaining to watch. I enjoyed that. I say watch, to hear about secondhand from Vex. That was good. But otherwise, I'm pretty sure every award that went to a movie probably went to the wrong movie. There might be one or two exceptions, but as far as I could work out, the worst choices were made.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan, like him getting an Oscar for Smoke and Stack, two
That's
like,
crazy.
extremely similar characters. Like I love people playing multiple roles within a film. I look back to like Eddie Murphy in The Nutty Professor when he plays his entire family. Like that's brilliant.
yeah.
You should have got an Oscar for that. The fact that people are treating this, yeah, no, legit. The fact that people are treating this
Dude,
like
you
it's
can
this
make that
revolutionary
argument for
thing.
real.
Yeah, I swear to God, I wasn't even joking when I said that. That was brilliant. He played his whole fucking family, and they all felt like a family with different dynamics and shit. It's amazing. Smoke and Stack were the same dudes. All the only difference between them was one like white girls, one like black girls. That was the only fucking difference.
Brooks,
yeah.
I have your back on this. You really could have nominated him.
100%. He was fantastic in that, and I probably could think of several other examples of someone playing multiple characters and doing a better job than that. I liked Smoke and Stack. I don't think it was none of this movie was worth the praise that it got. It's not original. The performance wasn't amazing. I think the music and maybe the costumes and like the vibe,
Yeah.
that was about it. But as soon as the vampire showed up, I'm like, what the fuck is this now? It's Dusk Till Dawn all over again. I hate both movies, by the way.
I think that
Oh.
was like the best
Yeah.
joke of the entire night is that of the 4 awards that it did win out of 16 nominations, one of them was Best Original Screenplay. Original screenplay.
Fucking how is that possible?
Right.
You're just lying to us.
I would have liked a costume at least, you know. Costume,
Yeah.
I think is deserved, but screenplay, hell no.
That was the one I thought it could work. Could win music and costumes. It's the only thing
Yeah.
I remember the movie for. Everything else was very average.
That's where I thought it would for sure sweep, but Frankenstein swept in those instead. So
Mm.
I don't remember. You know, honestly, maybe yeah. The transformation of his makeup throughout the movie was pretty impressive. I would say. And
Oh, it's a good looking movie, Frankenstein. You know, the production design was probably the best aspect of it. There's not a huge amount to say about it beyond that, I don't think.
Mhm.
But there wasn't an obvious standout candidate that deserved to win it more. So I suppose that was technically the right decision that they made.
Did anyone watch the Ethan Hawke movie? Because he was I didn't even realize he was nominated, man.
I watched the first half of it. It was his performance was very good. Like that might
Wait,
be
which
his
movie is
career.
it?
Blue
Yeah, it was
Moon.
Blue Moon.
Oh, I was hoping you'd say Black Phone 2.
The grabber. The grabber. That name is permanently stuck in my head. It's so funny. I just can't.
The grabber.
Yeah.
No, he performed. He did like the whole promotional circuit, and he was like he made it clear that this was the performance of his career, and he was really hoping to get an Oscar for this one. And honestly, out of that category, I didn't watch all of Marty Supreme because the intro immediately turned me off that movie.
I'm texting that to
Yeah,
my mom right now.
facts.
That's fucking brilliant. Mediocre B. Jordan.
But no, he was the best in that category, hands down. Michael B was the worst in that, like, of all the like performances in out of those 5, he was the weakest.
He has something. He has. There's something appealing about him. I can understand the it factor. He just doesn't have the talent to match it. He really, really doesn't.
He's charismatic.
Yeah, I would say he's charismatic and he's committed. Like there's confidence there that people can appreciate. I just don't think he doesn't have the range and the talent to match it. He's pretty one-dimensional and people don't point it out enough.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree with that. Like he doesn't seem to have like Smoke and Stack. They didn't have any differences between them at all.
Nothing.
Just besides
white girls and black girls. That's it.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that was it. One like big black titties the size of your fucking head, and the other one of the complications of an interracial relationship. Like that was the most fascinating thing about them.
Michael B. Jordan is just going to become the black Tom Cruise because he's just going to be himself in every movie he's in.
No, mediocre B. Jordan needs to stick. Like whoever said that, like pay that. It's fucking genius.
Honestly, Tom Cruise is a better actor than Michael B. because at least he did that Tropic Thunder role and he completely lost himself in there.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. He didn't break. He didn't break until the DVD commentary. That is true. Yep. And plus, even Tom Cruise in his early career too, he was doing stuff that actually pushed his range.
Mm-hmm.
Michael B. Jordan hasn't really been mediocre. B. Jordan hasn't really been doing that. You know.
I
what
think
do you mean, dude? He was Killmonger.
I think a factor like that plays into it is like some of the most iconic black actors in Hollywood are phenomenal, and it's hard to even look at like Denzel, Morgan Freeman, some of the mainstream ones. And then there's a whole lot of guys that are just kind of subpar trying to reach up to that. And I don't know, like someone in chat said only 3 people in Hollywood can act. And it's like, I don't agree with that, but there's only a couple like super, super, super phenomenal black actors. And there's a lot of ones that get praise like Michael Mediocre B. Jordan does that isn't really on that level. You know, he's got the look, he's put in the work. I liked him in Chronicle more than I liked him in this.
Yeah, it's true. Even in terms of just Ryan Coogler stuff, I think he was better in Fruitvale Station, which is like the first movie that they did together.
Yep. That might be Mediocre B. Jordan's best performance role. Right there.
Yeah, I think so too.
Shall we, since it is the Oscar, shall we go through winners, losers in each category? It might be a way of structure and shit. So, Best Picture, that was the... most of this was the narrative was, Sinners is the most nominated movie in Oscars history. I wonder how many of those it will win. And as always happens with affirmative action, it didn't win very many. So Best Picture, it lost. It lost to one battle after another, which is another quite shit movie, but great, I guess.
So if we had like gun to our heads, what movie are we choosing between Best Picture?
Just of the nominees?
Marty Supreme.
Yeah, out of the nominees. Marty Supreme for you guys? All right. Yeah.
Train Dreams.
Train Dreams is
fuck
good.
Train Dreams.
No, fuck you, Reaper. You're wrong. You're dead wrong. I can accept many opinions, but that's not one. That's one that's just functionally and factually wrong.
No, I will say it's better than fucking these 2 pieces of shit, though. So I'll say that.
That is true. It's a perfectly acceptable movie. The ceiling on that film is too low for it to win an award for me. It does a single thing really, really well. There's a few like that. Like Warfare is another one that does like one quite relatively simple idea executed brilliantly. But the fact that it doesn't actually have all that much it needs to do, I think would probably limit its chances in any of this. Whereas like Marty Supreme said because we went through on EFAP on Saturday, basically our top 10 movies of the year, or at least the top 10 of those that we'd seen. And I basically had to watch all of these movies in preparation for that stream because every movie I saw last year was shit. So I watched a lot of films, including Train Dreams and Marty Supreme. Marty Supreme is actually surprisingly good in that it makes me root for a character I despise. And it's very hard to make me do that, but that deserved to win in my opinion. So the other nominees we had were Sinners, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Frankenstein, Sentimental Value, Train Dreams, Begonia, The Secret Agent, and F1. Any advances on Marty Supreme as the deserved winner for that category?
Do I need to go back and finish Marty Supreme? I just couldn't get over that fucking nut as an opening scene. I couldn't get past that.
I can understand that, but the movie does improve.
I did
Okay.
skip. I saw that and thought, fuck it, I'm just going to get past the credits, and then I started the movie. So
No, I think Marty Supreme. Yeah.
right.
I don't
yeah,
understand.
Well,
Oh, go ahead.
I'll
after
go
you.
based on your recommendations today because I didn't see too many movies last year.
No, I'm just surprised F1 even made it to Best Picture category. Like, who did Apple pay for that one? Because it was nowhere near Oscar worthy outside of
No.
sound design.
I think it's
Yeah, but
reflective of just how bad last year was for movies in general. Like they had to pick one that most people had seen, and
Yeah.
F1 was that. F1 is maybe like a third to a half of a good movie.
Yeah.
It's just the remaining half of it that's not. But you know, it won an award later on. Not one of the important ones, but it did win an award.
Yeah,
We have best.
F1,
After
I
you?
was about to say just F1 is kind of like Top Gun Maverick, whereas it's just a nice, entertaining movie, but it's nothing it's nothing exceptional.
That's what I mean. There's a lot of
it's
filler
nice.
in that movie too, and the pacing is really poor. I enjoyed it. I happily watched it again. So it's not like it's an unenjoyable movie, but it's not as great as everyone is claiming it to be.
What did
Sometimes.
you guys think about Good Boy? I don't even remember talking about that as a panel.
It was okay for what it was.
Horror movie?
Good Boy, the horror movie with the dog.
Oh, that
it
was
was
that was
alright.
pretty decent.
Mm.
Interesting concept. I think it got repetitive in some points because it's hard to maintain tension with that concept, but I still think it was really strong. Like I respect the fact that he would even to try something like that. And the dog, he should be up there with like the dog from The Thing as some of the best actors. He did great.
He should have been nominated for Best Actor as well.
He's better than mediocre Jordan for sure. I'll take that doggo for sure. His expressions are great. He's got more range than B. Jordan for sure.
That dog put in a lot of effort.
Mm-hmm.
So, following off of the Best Picture nomination, One Battle After Another did quite well last night. So it also got Best Director for Paul Thomas Anderson. I don't think the directing is bad in that movie, to be clear. I think it's mostly quite well done. It's everything else in the movie that sucks. Was not buying that from basically the word go, and it did not improve the longer I watched it. But as a movie which very accurately gives you the "this is what Hollywood really believes" kind of thing, it's useful. But otherwise, it's just a bad version of the South Park skit with the Super Adventure Club.
It's fucking absurd, is what it is. like Antifa attacking military base, they would get fucking slaughtered. It's ridiculous. They try Naruto run onto the fucking base, and it'd be like the Last Samurai. It'd be like the Last Samurai, where they just get fucking mowed down slowly. It's like they can take on banks and shit. The people can't even wipe their own asses. Fucking Antifa are retarded.
It's going around without masks and using your own name as well, and basically only surviving because, as everybody already knew, Sean Penn is a sexual degenerate. So, like, that's the reason that they managed to survive as long as they do in that film.
Almost like Sean Penn can track them down, but the fucking CIA, FBI, NSA, none of them can find them. But a sexual deviant can immediately, what are they called again? Like some fucking French outfit.
Oh, what are they called?
Something annoying, something 50 fair or something like that. Or...
Yeah, I don't care. I just remember the Christmas Adventure Club as the stupidest name in the movie, but
it's the Saint Nick club, aren't they? Where they go, "Hail Saint Nick," like he's fucking Satan.
You know, it's weird because for a political film like this, I would have expected, especially with Sean Penn involved, I would have expected them to do something better. Because imagine if instead of doing One Battle After Another, they had adapted that real life situation where they wanted to send Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie to convince an African warlord. You guys know the story, right?
What?
You guys don't know this?
No.
The U.S. government wanted to capture an African warlord back in like the early 2010s, and so their plan was to send Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie to have dinner with him because he was a fan. This is
what?
Like,
isn't that like Kim Jong Un being negotiations being made by Dennis Rodman? Like he
Right.
was a fan of him. I was like, what the fuck is going on with the world? Just bring over some American celebrity to do negotiations because
they could have made a movie on that with like PTA and Sean Penn. I think it would have been a cool, fun movie, and that could have been nice. Like it would have been a nice concept to delve into like the political aspects and stuff like that instead of One Battle After Another and whatever the bullshit that it does.
So just to get this straight, you guys aren't recommending this movie? It just won?
No.
Okay.
Well, there's one funny scene where Sean Penn confronts Leonardo DiCaprio and he goes, "I love fucking black girls." Ugh."
So we get a good meme out of it, pretty much. All right, pretty much.
That's it.
Ugh.
That's
Check it out.
the only thing I remember. Like, it's so absurd. You've got like a pregnant woman, like literally 9 months pregnant, shooting a fucking machine gun and trying to rob banks. It's ridiculous.
And Sean Penn's the evil military guy who has to track them down, but he's kind of madly in love with her because he got pegged by her that one time. And like,
Actually?
most, yeah,
great.
like most racists, he secretly wants to be pegged by diverse women. And so he sort of goes on this mad quest to track her down because he wonders whether or not the kid that she had is possibly his.
Because he can't join the Racers Club if the Saint Nick Racers Club if he's got a black daughter.
Yeah, there's whole meeting scenes where they go through the
Why would she
qualifications.
have
and
a
it's just,
kid? Why would she like not take like an after pill after getting fucked by a guy she hates? Or,
because she
doesn't
doesn't
make any
believe
sense.
in that shit. That's
a
heteronormative
liberal,
patriarchal oppression or something.
hyper-liberal woman doesn't believe in abortion or fucking after pills. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm done with pregnant women in action scenes. I've had enough.
Yeah.
You should watch. You guys, the first ever pregnant woman in action like scene that I watched was I think in Spy Kids 4. It was Jessica Alba. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
There are
No.
4 Spy Kids
No.
movies. I thought they stopped at 3.
I bet they did it better than Thor: Love and Thunder, like having his mom just run into battle with him literally on like.
Dude, she was jumping over cars and shit with her water about to break, zip lining and everything. Just Jessica Alba like about to pop. Dude.
It's just not a good decision. Like Fantastic Four, I didn't mind it up until they sent the pregnant lady to space, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like this is just, you can't do this shit. Yeah, it's such a stupid idea.
Yeah, Into the Spider-Verse. Yep, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Avatar 3 did it too. Lots of pregnant women
It's
going into
not
space.
empowering. It's not empowering because if you're a decent individual, a pregnant woman is something that should be protected. You see someone 9 months pregnant, you're like, oh fuck, you're scared to even see them walk outside. Yet they want to send them into battle, into space and shit, and we're not supposed to cringe. I don't get it.
You know,
they
that's
see
why I
them
really
human shields.
Yeah, as human shields, basically. Yeah, and that's why I really appreciate the first. Is it the first episode of House of the Dragon? Because it actually showed a woman in pregnancy dealing with pregnancy and
They
showing you how
contrasted it with
powerful
the
and how
battle.
strong. Exactly.
They contrasted it with. So this is the woman's. This is basically our battlefield, the pregnancy room. Watching a woman lose her fucking that scene. Even on rewatch, I can't even look at the screen sometimes. And they contrast it with the joust, so you can see men will bleed out here while we bleed in here. That's why Rhaenyra's mom, she only had 2 scenes where she had dialogue, but she fucking killed it, and it really ages really well. Yeah, fantastic show. I haven't mentioned it by the way, but let's just get it. Don't talk about it too often, but yeah, it's a pretty cool show.
So next category, my only opinion on this category is that this was generally quite an unremarkable year for actresses, judging by the nominations and the fact that I haven't seen most of them. But Best Actress in the Leading Role went to Jessie Buckley in Hamnet over I don't fucking know. I haven't seen that film.
It's
I haven't seen this
straight from
either.
The Bride,
Who the fuck is
and
she?
like, where the fuck did she come from?
That's what
I
I
have
was wondering.
no idea
too,
who this
yeah.
person is. I've never seen her in my life before.
She
You
was
guys made this up.
in Alex Garland's Men. She was the lead in Men. I don't know if you guys remember that movie.
I never watched that one. It was called Men, so I decided not to watch it.
It was garbage, but like she was the main actress, and then there was another one that I saw her in. Oh, the one where I said I'm thinking of ending things, the Charlie Kaufman Netflix movie. The guy, no, Charlie Brooker. The one that did Black Mirror. Jesus,
Gotcha.
the one that
Brooker.
did Black Mirror. Yeah, Brooker. Yeah, those are the only 2 movies I saw her in, and then she just pops out of nowhere.
She was in that dog shit Dark Pictures game.
She
That was
was,
awful.
yeah, Devil in Me.
That was it, because the games are getting worse because like you have to wait about 4 hours before you can actually start killing these cocksuckers. I hate them. It's like, can they survive a night? And I'm like, I'm trying to murder them, and I have to wait 5 hours because they don't want to do permutations. They want to keep it as limited as possible. So it's literally the last act of the game is when you can finally murder them.
I remember that. Yeah, I kind of went on a spree of just trying to kill as many as possible as well. I think only 2 survived though in my playthrough, and it was so shit I didn't want to go back.
I went back and murdered them. The one guy survived. I went back specifically to kill him.
I will say I did. I very much liked her acceptance speech because last year Honora won, and I don't think that movie should have won anything at all. But in what's her face's acceptance speech, she thanked sex workers like quite a bit in it. Like that was her entire
Why?
speech.
The
She's
hell?
thanking.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
What?
Yeah. So, but this year then, so Jessie Buckley, she's married. She's got one. She just had a kid. But like in her speech, she's like, I can't, like, being a mother is the best thing possible, and I can't wait to see what happens in the rest of our lives now that I've accomplished this, and I dedicate this award to motherhood and everything it's brought me. So, I mean, props
Well,
to
that's
her
a
on
nice
that
message.
speech.
Yeah, it's way better than just I'm going to thank and dedicate this to some random prazes for no particular reason. It's like, why?
Did you watch Honora?
No.
Oh, okay. It's about a chick who's a stripper who starts sleeping with this rich Russian mobster. And then it's just, woe is me because I'm a gold digger who doesn't want to be a prostitute anymore, basically. That's
So
all
it's
it
like
was.
Pretty Woman.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It's
Pretty Woman,
actually
but shit.
significantly worse than Pretty
Hmm.
Woman. It's Pretty Woman if there was no character arc or development whatsoever.
Yeah, that's just an example of how they do like anything with feminism or any female-led stories are just better in the 90s and early 2000s. It's just definitive. They don't know what they're doing anymore when it comes to this shit because
No.
those ones were at least palatable. Like
They don't really
like,
have anything left to do, I think, is their
Mhm.
problem. So they've kind of done it all. It's all been achieved. Equality was reached meaningfully
Exactly.
ages ago. And so now they have to keep reaching around for ever more absurd causes to justify their own continued activism. And it just doesn't work.
You're
I think
so
that
right.
they're sort of starting to realize it doesn't work. That's probably because I don't know, Vex, if you would disagree. From what I've seen of the Oscars coverage from last night and the speeches that were given, like there were some obligatory shots at the evil orange devil and stuff. But like compared to previous years, it doesn't seem to have made many headlines for it being like hugely, massively
It was
politically
super
activist.
tame. Yeah. Even like the jokes that they or the comments they did pull, because like Jimmy Kimmel made one orange man joke. But he didn't say Trump explicitly. And then there were a couple people for like the foreign film and like documentary wins that were talking about, oh, war is bad, but like they weren't picking a side really. They were
So
just
they're
kind
dialing
of,
it back.
yeah. So there was nothing like political that was really bad about it, except for I guess the one battle after another winning everything. But yeah,
Yeah,
it was
the politics is in what they chose as opposed to
Right.
how they presented on set, or more what they chose. Because that's why it's always so boring, and that's why I don't bother watching it anyway. It's like you can
Mhm.
read a movie synopsis and you can say, oh, that's going to win.
right.
Because it's like it's either going to be the movie with all the black people in it, or it's going to be the movie with like the gay single dad, or it's
Mhm.
going to be the movie where the cowboys fuck themselves as opposed to horses, or it's going to be the one that's rabidly feminist and thinks that America is racist. It's like it's so dull. I don't care. But normally, they
As
also bring
opposed
that
to
on
horses?
stage. Well, yeah. Like cowboys normally do. I thought this was a known fact about them. What else have they got to do? They've got to do it somewhere.
Have you seen a horse's dick? It's like 10 inches long. It'd rip you open.
Hey, I said
couldn't
fuck horses. I didn't say get fucked by horses. That's only if you've been a
How are you
cowboy
gonna-
for like 15 years and you've worked your way up to it.
Then how are you gonna fuck a horse? It's like 7 feet tall. You'd have to
With
get like
a
a
ladder.
stand.
Yeah, you get
Okay.
a stool.
How are you gonna
They
get a
have-
horse to stand still?
They
You
have
just-
special ladders for it. Fuck ladders, they call them. I think.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was unaware of the horrible horse rape fucking industry. I didn't realize that existed.
Disgusting. We have to put that
Well,
image
that
in my head.
was a horrible image.
Thank you. Giant horse rape.
Moving
Yeah,
on.
there you go. That'll be next year's Oscar-winning movie.
I did hear of a story of a woman getting fucked by a horse and she died. Like
Yes.
it
That was
literally
Mr.
ruptured
Hands.
her organs.
I actually heard that way back in the day. Like she like drowned in the cum or got fucked up.
What?
Drowned in the cum.
Yeah.
No, that's not
I
what
remember
happened.
hearing something like that when I was young. But
She
maybe
drowned in cum.
There's that guy that
It's
got
like-
he would have sex with horses for fun and it went too far and it literally fucked him up from the inside out and he died.
I feel like every animal has like some fucked up story like that. Like there's the Timothy dude, the bear, the guy who wanted to go live with bears and be friends, and him and his girlfriend got eaten. There's every animal has some psycho that thinks they could just be one with them until
I
they get
just-
raped or fucking devoured.
I like the sentence, he fucked horses, but then it went too far.
When fucking horses goes too far.
Holy shit, man. But no,
Well-
it's nice to see they're dialing it back when it comes to the woke shit in the Oscars. It's just too much. It's unbearable anymore. It's
Dialing it back. All the top
Are
films
they?
are fucking. I mean, he got.
This is them
one
dialing it
after
back.
another.
This is
Well-
literally them dialing it back. This is
Yeah.
their version of it.
I
Rather
think
than
To
suffocating
get
us with the crate.
nominated, you have to run the DEI gauntlet.
This is
No, I
the
think-
only method they
I
have.
think people are making less DEI movies, but they seem to be promoting them a lot more. So I think the industry's less interested, but the Oscars are virtue signaling more than ever.
That's believable, I suppose.
Yeah.
It certainly explains a lot of the nominations, especially the nominations, more so even than the actual awards. But
Mhm.
the awards still have a healthy dose of it, as evidenced by the next category, because Best Actor in a Leading Role, as discussed, goes to mediocre B. Jordan of Sinners over Mr. DiCaprio in the other shit movie, One Battle After Another, Timothy Chalamet, who should have won for Marty Supreme, Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent, which I almost watched until I saw that it was 3 hours, and Ethan Hawke in Blue Moon, which I've not seen or even heard of.
Man,
So,
yeah, Timmy should have won for this one. I
Well, that
honestly think-
movie doesn't work without him, I think is how I would phrase it. Whereas like virtually any other actor could probably do the job in Sinners. I saw someone say, yeah, but he played twins. Like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger's played twins, I'm sure. It's like he didn't get an Oscar for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
did
he did in The
anything
Clone.
impressive with it? That's the biggest thing.
Man.
I'm tired of hearing about that as if he did something unique and amazing.
Was,
We've seen that many times before.
Was Pattinson nominated for Mikey 17 when it was did I even make it to the Oscars, that movie?
No, that would have qualified for this year actually, but no, it didn't get anything.
Yeah. Well, it's because he's black, man. That's pretty much of
But that's a
Michael B.
good
Jordan.
actually that's a good example though of being able to play multiple distinct characters and doing a good job. The movie was shit, but Pattinson did a good job at that.
Mm.
Well, Mike, what's the James McAvoy? He managed to do like
Split.
20 characters
Split,
in
yeah.
one movie.
True.
Why can't I haven't thought about that movie in a while, but it's one of the easiest examples. He
Yep.
was way more impressive. Way more
Not just that-
range.
Yeah, you're right. He does that, but he also changes character mid-scene,
Mhm.
and it's believable. And
Yep.
each
Yeah.
character feels different.
Such a
Whereas
good point.
Michael B. Jordan just plays boring black guy.
Yeah, 100%. Boring black guy that likes white girl, boring black guy that likes black girl. That's it. There's
Yeah.
nothing complex about him whatsoever.
You
And
know,
they're
To be
pretty
fair, it's
amazing.
Haley Steinfeld, man.
She's pretty fine.
the
Big
funny thing,
nose.
because this won best original screenplay. So when they were showing the nominees for that, they showed like a snippet from the movie, and then they had like a faux script at the bottom. And Sinners was of all of them, Sinners was the only movie where they couldn't find a segment, I guess, with no swearing. So there were 3 bleeps in like the 10-second clip of Sinners that they showed for original screenplay.
Damn.
Like peak writing right there, I guess, right? We just couldn't find a scene without swearing.
Tarantino fucking rolling, spitting out his drink. I'll never forget when he lost, man. It's just he just spit it out. What the fuck?
I will
like,
say it was
it's a great
pretty
video.
funny that RDJ was one of the people that presented Michael B. Jordan with this award.
was
He's
it
a
him
black man.
and Chris Evans?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You
Tatiana
played the black man.
Maslany in Orphan Black. That's another really good example. There's been so
Mm.
many people who have done this better than him.
Yep, that's true. Even what's her name? Numi Rapace?
Rapace or repeat. Yeah.
Numi, in What Happened to Monday, she played like 7 different versions of herself.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. I'll check that
United
out.
States of Terror. Tony Collette played
Oh,
like 3-4
great
different
example.
people. That's
Yep.
one of the best examples that nobody talks about. This is
Mhm.
what I mean. Like, this dude is just definitively overrated. Like, you just there's so many examples. Losers hating on Michael B. Jordan. No, we're legitimate counters. He is a decent actor. He's not an elite great actor that people make him out to be. They want him
If
to be
he
the
won
next Denzel, but he just doesn't have
Yeah,
it.
if he won an Oscar, it should have been for Fruitvale Station back in 2015, where Ryan Coogler even wrote and directed that. I think it was his directorial debut. Michael Jordan, Michael B. I was thinking about the basketball player. I was like, mediocre B. Jordan had to have an Oscar for that movie, but not for Sinners. He doesn't deserve it for Sinners. It's not
Yeah.
even his best role in his
Agreed.
filmography.
Same with Delroy, what's his face? He got
Lindo?
he got a nomination for best supporting actor, and I was just like, this wasn't even like in his top 10 best performances as an actor. He doesn't
And he has
deserve
a
it for Sinners.
huge career too. He has a huge
Yeah.
career. It's crazy.
Didn't he also, when he lost, he didn't clap? Like,
Yeah.
he just looked disappointed.
It's just like this. All right,
Mhm.
cool. And then they cut the camera. Oh man.
You know, Chalamet was politically fucked anyway because there's only been one person under 30 to win Best Actor ever.
Oh, who was it?
Adrian
It was
Brody,
Adrian Brody, yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Mm,
the
wow.
pianist. Yeah.
Well, the interesting thing is like usually for the Best Actress category, young women win, and for the Best Actor category, it's men over 30.
Mm.
Okay.
Well, he will probably win his first one for a performance that is way less compelling than Marty Supreme because like, he does sort of make that movie. I've always sort of wondered whether or not his reputation exceeds his talent a little bit, but that movie works basically pretty much exclusively because of his acting. He's very good in the film. Probably better than the film itself even. So I would say deserved nomination. But then there was all that bullshit as well about the whole opera and ballet thing, which is like an obvious hit job. But anyone who knows anything about how the Oscars and Academy selection, everything, like, there's always something like this, and we should have known it because it all came out in the open over Emilia Perez over all things, like the
Yep.
things that actors will do to try and nobble each other and get them off the podium. It's just hilarious, especially when you consider the actual comments themselves in full context, totally undeniable, and not even an attack on these two basically dead art forms. But lots of people have been making hay about that. So, these things, all these people who've never seen an opera or a ballet, it's the most important thing ever. How dare you say that? So what did he actually say?
Can you pull up that comment?
Color fucking fried me once I saw it.
Wait, I'm lost now. Which one are we looking at?
Malari
Malari
1560.
Oh, no. I know it's been tainted by the Jenna creature. I'm not going anywhere near that shit. No.
Hold on. There is a positive though to this, right? Because now this is proof that the Kardashian curse is real. So he might be single real soon, Platoon.
No, it's because it's indicative of an unsound mind. And
That's
it's
just
just
fair.
unattractive conceptually. Best supporting actor, Sean Penn, one battle after another. I don't care. I mean, he's not that good.
So shit.
What happened to him, man? He's fucking seen
I
better
didn't
days.
recognize him.
Yeah. If you didn't have the name Sean Penn there, I would not have known that was him.
Well, I heard that Sean Penn had won. So which film was he in?
Yeah.
Oh no, but he's in fucking one battle after another. He's the villain apparently.
Getting pegged by
Um,
too many black girls.
Yeah. He did the sensible thing and did not show up at the award ceremony, which I sort of respect in a way.
Does he ever show up? He doesn't, or does he?
I don't think he does. But this brings him up to, isn't he a record holder now, or a joint record holder for 3 Academy wins? I think. I can't remember who else has got 3, but I think he's up on the list now.
The Oscars
Probably.
are starting to feel like Rotten Tomatoes, where it used to be relevant, and now nobody gives a fuck.
Mm-hmm. They've just
I
lost
mean-
credibility over the last few years or decade even, and just nobody really cares.
Decade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
it's true.
for Best Supporting Actress, this one, there was a little bit of disagreement when we were talking about this last night, but Best Supporting Actress is Amy Madigan in Weapons.
So
Which,
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit
yeah,
in terms of the time frame and
Mhm.
like just we're going a little back and forth on. I agree with it should be based on how much you achieve and how much you actually affect the script. But I also don't think it should be limited to how much time you're in it, like we were mentioning with Lecter. Like
Yeah.
she was in it for like what 15 minutes, and Hannibal Lecter dominates The Silence of the Lamb with 16 minutes of screen time. So it's about the quality and how much you affect the film. But
it is.
I wouldn't put her on that level, but she's an example of someone who does it. She did a fantastic job in a short amount of time, and I loved her. I thought she was great.
I thought so, but I don't look at Weapons and say, oh, the standout thing about that movie was her performance. I think she
Yeah.
was just a perfectly acceptable villain playing a fairly undercooked villain, as it turns out, in the story. But I just think she was just okay. So my conclusion, her getting the award, is that like actresses had a shit year.
I think she was more memorable than probably anybody else this year. So I think that's fair. There's
Yeah.
probably something else that could have beat her.
that was my
Who-
point.
who
Is like
was
the shortlist for supporting actress this year was not very strong. Like she was the strongest of that category.
So she
that
was
got-
up against Tiana Taylor for One Battle After Another, Iniga Ibsdotter Lilias for Sentimental Value, Wunmi Masaku for Sinners, and Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value.
Oh, you know what?
Not
Elle
shit
Fanning should have probably won actually.
What for fucking Badlands? What are you talking about?
No, for sentimental values.
Huh?
For sentimental values.
Oh, okay.
I think, like, in defense of Glad, because I didn't like Weapons at all, right? I think I like the idea behind it. I don't at all like the execution, but like for me, like opposite to how you feel, Platoon, I actually think she saves the movie. Like
Yeah.
if there's any good thing I can say about Weapons, it's that character and that performance and kind of how batshit the ending is, and that kind of saved the film for me. But
That's interesting because like, the ending is my least favorite part of that movie, and I think she just does an okay job as the villain. So I think like almost the opposite criteria there. I like everything up until the ending.
The ending, even on first watch, I was like, this is gonna be very controversial. The tone switch is difficult, but I think they earned it to some degree. But I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it on rewatch. I know exactly what you mean.
Something scary finally happened. I think that's why I liked it, because the movie just felt like an insufferable bore leading up to it. We had 3-4 separate stories that weren't really going anywhere. And then, finally, something interesting, some substance. And then, I don't know, seeing kids fuck up this woman in a yard.
Yeah, it was satisfying. I think they earned it. It's a scene that shouldn't work, but it did, in the fact that we understand the rules. We feel like we know how this works at this point, and they definitely earned some type of payoff. We need vengeance against this bitch, but I could see it not working for a lot of people. I still prefer that over Barbarian's ending, because Barbarian's ending makes no fucking sense. It's
Barbarian's
totally
ending
more
is terrible. It actually brings down the entire film.
Yes,
So,
it literally damages the film to a significant degree. It doesn't earn it. It's broken, and I think. Yeah, those are definitely interesting movies to watch. Whether you like Barbarians more or Weapons more, I think they're both worth a watch.
Do you guys have any because I don't really want to comment on it because I'm not too familiar with Amy Madigan's acting, so I can't really compare if she's playing herself or just a played up version of herself, or if she's actually playing a proper character, because I haven't seen her in enough roles. Do you guys have any like roles that you know her from off the top or something?
No.
Because I don't know, this is the first time I've ever heard of Amy Madigan. That's the thing, because of Sinners.
She seems like someone we would have seen in many other things before based on her age, and like she's pretty decent, skilled.
She was bigger in the 80s and early 90s. She doesn't have a lot of relevance these days. Like this is probably her biggest role in at least 20 to 25 years. Because I remember her in like Uncle Buck, for example.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But I can't think of anything more recent than that she's done.
Can we talk about the gay icon thing? Why?
Fuck.
What? How? Why?
I don't know. I can't remember who said it either, but yeah, some absolute spanner decided that, she's a queer icon. I don't know why. And I also think it's extremely unwise at the current moment, particularly, to take as a queer icon someone who kidnaps children to harvest their souls for an eternal youth ritual. Maybe pick a less controversial icon. There's lots of them, but I mean, look at this thing on the screen. Do you look at that and think, yes, that's a trans woman? Or maybe you do. But yes, that's a queer icon. I don't.
Doesn't she kill? She murders a gay couple, doesn't she?
She does. She murders a gay couple in the movie.
Completely destroys their life, their peaceful life, just ruins Wong's happiness. She what is it? It's just the makeup and the fact that she kind of looks like a drag queen or something. Because I don't remember any.
That's what I think. Yeah, that's like the closest I can get.
The bar is
lesbians.
Funky makeup.
Well, lesbians are inherently violent, which is why the gay couple, which aren't, got murdered.
Good point.
Oh man. You didn't like you didn't find the Wong crazy face Wong chasing the Julia Garner interesting? I was like, what the fuck?
It was just funny. It wasn't interesting. It was just funny.
I wanted answers. I think the format just appealed to me more because I wasn't.
My favorite scene of Weapons was Josh Brolin waking up.
What the fuck? Like, that was actually
that's the scene that I really enjoyed. That's the only scene I remember properly from the movie.
Yeah, the putting in a comedy. I don't know. Comedy shouldn't have worked in a movie like that, but Brolin was great. I actually really loved him in this movie.
Well, yes, the queer movement is in favor of murdering gays. We've decided that, so at least something good is and children too. That's good.
Pennywise is also a gay icon because he murders 2 gay dudes.
He's got makeup those gay dudes. Why doesn't he count?
But we're probably coming to the end of the awards anybody actually gives a shit about. But best original screenplay went to Sinners over Marty Supreme Sentimental Value. It was just an accident and Blue Moon. Apparently, it's original. Yeah.
How the fuck?
So not particularly original. It won.
is calling it just Black Dust Till Dawn is pretty accurate. There's not much difference between them in terms of the whole structure
No.
of the plot, and I don't like either movie. It's just such a strange thing that it's getting praised for being original when it's anything but. I don't get it.
Nope. But I guess
Definitely agree, man. Yeah.
the last two on the list that I can see.
Oh my gay icon.
Yeah, it's a gay icon. Doesn't make any sense.
I'm incredibly homophobic.
Best adapted screenplay goes to One Battle After Another, over Hamlet, Train Dreams, Begonia, and Frankenstein. So I didn't actually know it was an adaptation. What's it an adaptation of?
It was inspired by a book. It's not even adapted. The other ones are all adapted. This was inspired by, and it said on the screen too, inspired by.
No, but then by that token, surely Sinners is an adapted screenplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only other one on this list that I can really bring myself to care about, I suppose, is Best Animated Feature Film. That was K-Pop Demon Hunters over Zootopia 2, Arco, Elio, and Little Amelie, or The Character of Rain. I've never heard of that. I have
No
not seen
way.
Arco. I don't care about Zootopia 2. I don't really care about Elio, but I think I prefer it to K-Pop Demon Hunters, and I don't even like it that much.
So for
You guys should watch
animated,
Arco, man.
Oh.
Watch Arco. It's good.
okay,
Man.
I'll write it down.
Is Elio the Disney one? The fucking
It
eye
is.
patch kid?
Pixar one, yeah.
Did you watch it?
I did, in my desperate search for movies that could go on my top 10 good movies list. It didn't make it onto that list, but I watched all of it. Same thing with K-Pop Demon Hunters, actually. It didn't make it anywhere near the fucking list, but I watched all of it.
It's awful. Elio's dog shit. Is
Oh
K-pop
no, it's
Demon
not
Hunter
even
worse?
good. Well, this might just be that it put me off so tragically with everything about it that I hate. And that probably has prevented me from engaging on a very deep level with its story. Alternatively, it doesn't have a very deep story to engage with, which is probably my contention, because it just tells you what its themes are in dialogue. There's only two characters, really. Everyone else is just there to confirm like the theme. I don't really understand why everybody says, oh no, it's actually got, a really deep, important, meaningful message, and it's a really complex story. It's not. You've got main K-pop chick and main boy band demon guy. Already you're seeing why I hate this film, by the way.
It's the same movie.
And they tell each other what their motives are. And then at one point in the movie, there's a bit where demons talk to the other two K-pop chicks and it's like, yeah, this just proves that this one thing we've established for your backstory is bad. Like, they're not characters though, then, are they? They're just sort of there to confirm the point.
Is it at least full of like catchy songs or something like that?
If you like K-pop, I guess, yeah. The movies made me think maybe I just hate K-pop, and that's why I hate this film, because it's very garish, and the music is quite insistent, and it's really poppy, and
It is a musical.
I
It is a
know,
K-pop
I
musical.
know, and I'm not. There's two things apparently that I don't like: musicals generally, and I mean, there's a couple of good musicals, and K-pop. I'm sure there's some good K-pop too. I just haven't heard it yet, and that film has not changed that fact.
The interesting thing about this one was the acceptance speech, because the woman or the director and one of the co-writers, because everyone who wrote this otherwise is a white person, but she like said, oh, thankfully this is the first time you finally get to see Koreans like in a wide audience or on the big screen like this, and we're so grateful for that. I looked it up.
The fuck?
She moved to Canada when she was 5. She's not even fucking Korean anymore.
Dude,
I don't really care about that, but like, I'm sure I've seen Korean people on my screen before.
Well, she was saying that this was like a big
Squid
win
Game
for
was fucking
Koreans
Korean.
to win like an
They don't-
Oscar, but she's forgetting
Parasite,
Parasite
dude.
swept
What the fuck?
10 years ago, and then Minari swept as well. I think 2 or
Yeah.
3 years ago. So this isn't the first time the Academy has recognized Korean, and those Koreans were more Korean than her. She's just a Canadian.
Yeah, Bong Joon-ho couldn't even speak in English properly, man. Dude was-
Right.
like, what the fuck?
His last name is Bong. He's a legend, all right? He doesn't need any English. He doesn't need any fucking English. He's not a single word. I love that dude.
Was
Am I
that
right in
train?
thinking that the speeches that they gave for K-pop Demon Hunters were cut off abruptly?
For the song, yes. So when
Yes.
they came up to accept, the woman just kept prattling on, and then the guy who couldn't speak English tried to go, and they started playing music over him. Yeah, which is
Oh.
sad because then for literally every award after them, they let the winners just run the timer over.
Oh, that
It's
kind
so
of sucks.
disrespectful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that really sucks.
you've had Parasite, you've had Squid Game, you've had Train to Busan, you've had
Old Boy?
loads of fucking.
Well, for the
Old Boy?
Oscars though, specifically.
Hmm.
So there's only been 2.
For
Yeah,
the
Parasite,
Oscars,
what's the other one?
Parasite,
Minari.
I don't know what that is.
Oh,
It
really?
has Steven Yeun's in it as well. He's the lead actor, and I can't remember the actress's name. It's something Korean, but it was a good movie, very touching.
Yeah, I like Minari.
The
That's
ones
nice.
I've seen have been pretty strong. Like Squid Game is it's probably my prime example of a show that's just a mixed bag. Like it's got garbage tier writing and S tier writing in the same story. It's just such a strange experience watching that show. And God help you if you got through season 3. I just watched that in horror in like one.
You people watch season 2.
What is the baby? What is why? Why is life? Like what are you doing to this show? But it's you still have to appreciate what they achieved in that first season. I just wish they left it at that.
Yeah,
But
they
they
should have
went
cut
through
out the cops side story in the first season.
Literally,
Just
just skip
skip
that motherfucker scenes. Watch season 1, skip the cop scenes, never think about it ever again. You'll never get a payoff. It'll just be a waste of fucking time. Just skip them.
Well, they doubled down. They went, okay, you like the cop scene. We're gonna make it 3 times longer, and it's still gonna go nowhere.
Nowhere. For anyone who's seen season 1 and you're curious about the brother, oh, this is gonna be interesting. No, you can watch all 3 seasons and know just as much as I do about the brother. Nothing. It's bullshit. So
Just to Mahler's comment, because I was watching a live stream, so I got all the commercials as well. And the amount of disabled Korean commercials there were, you can't complain about Korean representation. Yeah.
Oddly
Every
Why
commercial
specifically
break-
disabled Koreans?
I don't
though?
know. I don't know. But like for the first half, just every commercial break had something about disabled Koreans. So you can't be upset about representation.
Where did you watch this? Is this like on TV, or is this the algorithm feeding you things based on your search history? In which case, what the fuck have you been watching?
I watched it through non-legal means.
Oh, interesting.
Bro, you should have hooked me up, bro. I was trying to log in and try on Disney
You
Plus,
didn't
but that shit
tell- you
wasn't
didn't say
working over here,
anything.
bro.
I would have if you were. I didn't know you
I
were
looked
gonna
for like 30 minutes. I was like, oh fuck this shit, bro. Let me just see Vex's notifications. For real, I would have watched because Conan was presenting. That was the only reason.
Oh, dude, okay. Just message me these things because I don't pay for anything. Like you guys all know this. So-
Me too, but the Oscars are hard. Live streams are hard to find sometimes.
do you have a favorite like Korean film? Like do you have a pick for like one of the best ones?
Me
Old Boy.
personally? Oh no,
Train to
honestly,
Busan.
Train to Busan, Old Boy, like Parasite, a lot of the ones that get thrown out. What about you
for
guys?
me, it would be I Saw the Devil or Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. It's
Yeah,
the one before Old Boy.
right. I'd also throw in Memories of Murder, which is actually Bong
4 hours
Joon-ho's
long
best
though.
film.
It's so long.
It's
just-
worth it. It's worth
Okay.
it.
All right.
Oh, it's definitely worth it. For me, for example, my favorite horror, well, not my favorite horror movie, but the horror movie that has scared me the most, present uninspired, not kid uninspired, is a Korean movie called The Wailing. Like The Wailing for me is
Oh,
a terrifying
fun
movie.
That was
It's
so good.
fantastic.
I feel like the sweet spot for horror movies is like around 90 minutes. It's hard to maintain that tension for too long, but I do respect that they're willing to go the full depth for those type of movies, like Memoirs of Murder and The Wailing and whatnot.
Another one you should watch is Exuma. That's probably one of the best horror movies I've seen in the last 5 years.
Yeah, Eczema is pretty nice, man. I liked it.
Yeah.
I'm loving how Kimchi is getting some shout outs in the chat. It's
I
fucking
love
delicious.
kimchi, dude.
I
Kimchi's
love
fucking
that.
delicious.
Yeah.
The fuck is
Kimchi's
kimchi?
good.
Oh yeah,
Fermented
fucking
cabbage.
It's fermented cabbage.
fermented cabbage is Korean special. It's
What
it's just-
rotten
it goes
cabbage?
with- pretty much, and it goes good. It goes with everything. It's amazing.
Rotten food, and you say Britain has awful food.
Yes.
Eating rotten cabbage.
You guys have like
Are you-
3
are you-
meals, man.
Are you like a war veteran? Is your
Bangers
country
and mash,
being
fish
bombed?
and chips, and an English breakfast. Everything
Are you
other
in-
than that, it's fucked.
Are you in like a bunker somewhere and you haven't had access to food for ages?
We need to
Who's
get
eating
Rabbi
rotten
Reaper.
cabbage?
No, that's Britain, Reaper. That's Britain, okay? You guys still
I'm
eat
not
like
eating rotten
you guys,
cabbage.
yeah, but you guys still eat like it's the fucking Great Depression out there, man.
Because
You're
it
eating
is.
rotten.
Their food is
fermented.
simple. It's not for
It's
okay. Yeah, fermented.
Our
To
food's
someone like
gone
Reaper,
off.
fermented food probably sounds fucking disgusting, but their food is simple and wholesome. Like an English breakfast, you can't go wrong with that. It's just good shit.
True. We have
So
all
you
the
have a
flavors
cabbage.
of carbs and starch. We have all of them. Like anything you can think of with a potato, we've done maybe a quarter of it, but that's enough
Yeah.
for us.
I would like to try a British jacket potato. Those seem cool. You know those loaded potatoes? They seem really nice.
Not gonna
actually.
lie, as a British person, I think they're overrated.
What about
Oh,
bangers and mash?
Okay.
Bangers and mash, is that overrated or is
Yeah,
that...
it's also overrated. Mashed potato generally is overrated.
Whoa!
It's like,
What?
Slow down there, sir.
if you
Calm
have
down.
it with the proper
Gravy.
gravy, then it's good.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
Okay.
just have it with chips. Sausage and chips is way better than bangers and mash.
Okay,
That's
so
what chip is.
if I go to the UK right now, I want to order food from the UK. What would you recommend me?
Something that's not English, probably. There's lots of pizza places. Some of them even do pizza. So
Indian food,
I'd go
maybe?
from this.
Even
Can I
then,
get some
all
Pakistani food.
our English food is made by Chinese people anyway, so fucking you can't even find any.
Maple syrup and like poutine for some reason. I don't know why poutine's like considered Canadian, but
Why do people love
pretty popular
poutine
on
so
there.
much,
'Cause
man?
it's
Dude, I
fucking
like
so
poutine.
simple and
I had
wholesome.
poutine
It's-
twice this weekend.
Poutine is
Damn.
like one of the easiest foods to just stuff your face like in like
What
2
is
seconds.
poutine?
Poutine is just fries with cheese curds put over it and hot gravy to melt the cheese over the. It's just a fucking munchy.
That
like-
sounds nice.
yeah,
I think
it's,
we
it's
just
so
call
When
that-
it's
simple.
good, it's
thing.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, that just sounds like chips and beans and gravy, though. It's like
Yeah, chips and gravy with some cheese. Is probably how you would interpret it. But
I think
Hold the
the-
beans. Hold the beans.
and
yeah.
you call that poutine.
poutine. I
Yes.
don't know
Poutine.
why. I've never
Mm.
liked the name, but that's what it's called.
I think
Well-
the Nanaimo bar is the underrated Canadian cuisine. It's
Oh,
like
what?
Okay, so it's like a coconut and like nut base with cocoa powder. Then it's a cream custard middle, and then it's got chocolate on top. It's like a little. It's a little.
Pass.
It's really good. It's delicious.
You lost me at coconut. I
Like,
think our
you
maple
don't
syrup
taste
is
a lot of
dope.
it.
You could put that with anything. Like if you had an old fashioned, like one of the classic whiskey drinks, an old fashioned with maple syrup, fucking spot on. Other than that, our food's pretty basic. It's. I don't even really think of Canadian food because it's so like we can get every type of food here. It's not really something
Yeah.
that you think about.
Yeah, that's one thing
Hawaiian
I'm
food
really
is
jealous of
Canadian,
in
or
Canada.
Hawaiian pizza
Everything.
is Canadian.
Literally, just
Wait,
in my
hold-
neighborhood, I can get every type of food you could think of, which is unique.
Like Hawaiian pizza, like pineapple on pizza.
Yeah, that came from Canada in like 1964 or something like that.
Oh, I didn't know that, man. I love Hawaiian pizza, dude. A lot of people hate pineapple on pizza.
Pineapple
I
on
thought
the
people love
Problem
that.
with pineapple on pizza is people only mention the fucking pineapple. It's the combination of the bacon with
Sweet
the
and
pineapple.
salty.
It's sweet, no,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
savory and sweet. You
It's
put
really
those two
good.
together, and it's a wrap. It's actually
Mm.
That makes no sense. It's like,
No.
I'll have ice cream on my chips. It's
no,
fucking
no,
stupid.
no. Okay, think about this. You have a nice salty hot dog. What do you want after? A pop or a juice? Savory and then sweet. It's just how your palate works.
No, but you
But-
don't dip your hot dog into like a fucking.
No, I
ice
didn't say
cream
you
or
dip it.
Coke or anything.
Fucking
No, that-
savage dipping hot dog in Coke. Nobody
You're
said
having
about
it at
that.
the same time. You're not having a refreshing drink to get rid of it. You're literally having a horrible pineapple on top of pizza.
No, it's so good, dude. I
No, it's-
disagree. It's really,
the
really good.
clashing-
Don't knock it till you
clashes.
try it, man.
It's one of those things where you look
I
at
have
it like,
tried
what the fuck is that? You eat a pepperoni slice because you trust it, but then once you try it, it's actually pretty solid. It's
Agreed.
way better than it looks and sounds.
There's a
Mhm.
reason why Hawaii is an island out in the Atlantic because that food
Um,
should never have reached us.
So are we, though.
Yeah.
It's literally what England is.
We're right next to Europe. We've been, but they're like in the
Hawaii's
middle.
next to America. What?
No, that's like in the Pacific. Like that's
right
miles
there.
out your way. I don't know geography. I assume it's a mile away.
Listen, guys, just come to France and eat some snails. All right, no, that's it.
Yeah.
Do you eat frogs still, or is that like a myth?
No, dude, I fucking love frogs, man. They're really good.
Escargot. You got
Well,
you,
you
guys
just
know
like-
over there.
You just go to the local pond and just club one to death.
You just grab one fresh.
No, I mean
Sauteed
when
in the
when you buy them, you buy the either you can buy the full frog already de-skinned, or you can just buy the lower half of the frog, so the legs. But most of the times, I always eat. Dude, frog legs are delicious. I have snails in the fridge right now, dude. Like I eat snails like every 2 or 3 days. They're delicious as fuck too. You have to marinate them with some nice herb butter. You put that inside the snail. You put it in the oven, make it cook with the shell, and then after that, you just take it. Then you have the green herb with the butter and the snail. Snails are
It's-
delicious, dude.
One of those cuisines that I think the Americans would improve, though, because they'd be like, how about that with cheese in a can?
Mhm.
And then that's good, right? That's how
You
you
like
should eat
spray
Yeah,
on
spinach.
just-
snail.
American cuisine is just extra cheese, extra butter, extra calories on things that already exist. It's just fucking massive portions.
Mac and cheese,
Crazy.
dude. Yeah.
That's why
Mac
when I
and
hear
cheese-
about like Ryan and Disprue talking about like the different way they view food, you come from two completely different cultures when it comes to actual food. Like it's all about the excess in America. It's insane.
And yeah, frog legs do taste like chicken. They taste exactly like chicken, honestly. I won't even lie to you.
I don't know how the
I
fuck
don't-
we
I
got
don't
here, but this
think
whole
they do.
conversation is making me hungry.
Well, I think we
I'll be
got
right
here
back.
because the Oscars are fucking boring. And basically, what's happened is we've gone through all of the categories that anybody vaguely cares about, and then we ran out of those. So now we're talking about food. Do we have any other topics this week, or is that it? Because if that's it, I'm just going to go back and start talking about best costume design, like I care.
I think it was One Piece. You guys mentioned that for one.
Yeah, we had a One Piece.
I have not yet seen season 2. I just rewatched all of season 1 because I forgot this came out, and it's not. But apparently, some people have their Twitter feeds full of it, and I don't, so I didn't realize it was out. So I watched all of season 1 again last night, and I remembered that like it's really janky and yet really good fun, and I do not mind how janky it is, except for episodes 3 and 4, which are kind of shit. But otherwise, it's really good fun. Very sincere. That helps it. Earnest, sincere, uplifting, simple, enjoyable. Is season? I mean, uninspired. I know you've seen some of season 2 at least.
No, I finished
Continuing
it
on the
today.
same. Oh, you finished it.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
on par with season 1?
I'd honestly say it is better in some aspects than season 1. It is way more accurate than season 1. I'd say it's about 85% accurate in total, and the only 15% that's lacking is because it was compromises towards the realism, of course. But I think the weakest episodes would be episode 2 and episode 7. Episode 2 and episode 5. Sorry, the one with Dory and Broggy. So if people in the chat are familiar with One Piece, those are the two weakest. So the episode with Laboon, where they meet Laboon, and when they go into the Grand Line, and the episode where they first meet Dory and Broggy on Little Garden, I think those are the weakest ones. However, it is very, very strong. From the first episode that covers the entire Logtown arc in one episode, incredibly strong, incredibly accurate, down to the minute details of the kid bumping into Smoker and dropping her ice cream. It is really well made. Whiskey Peak, absolutely fantastic with Zorro versus the 100 people, and he actually fought 100 people because the actor who plays Zorro insisted on having 100 extras for him to fight, and they count them all down during the fight. So it's really well choreographed. Takes a lot of elements from Wuxia, of course, because they're flying around and stuff. Really good. And the Chopper's backstory, because they end at Drum Island when Chopper joins the team, so that's how the season 2 ends. Well, spoiler, but not really spoiler. But yeah, and Chopper's backstory, which is episode 7, is incredibly well done, very strong, emotional, great payoff. And honestly, if you're a One Piece fan of the source material, I think you're gonna love it. The only weak aspects of it, as I said before, were the giants on Drum Island, or the giants on Little Garden, simply because the CGI wasn't really there. The giants move a normal human speed, which is kind of like the Pacific Rim Uprising problem, which is, compared to Pacific Rim 1, you can clearly see the movements are just there. There's not really any weight to the punches. However, I do think that they've set up season 3, which will be the Alabasta arc, very, very well. There were some, there were some race swaps. So Vivi, for example, is now, well, not really black, but she's brown. So is her dad, and so is Ikarim. But I do think that the race swaps are justified in this case because of where Alabasta is situated as a kingdom. So it doesn't really affect the story whatsoever. There's no DEI bullshit. There's none of that. It's just a nice, wholehearted story, just like season 1. And if you really enjoyed season 1, I think you're thoroughly going to enjoy season 2. And I don't really have any big problems with it. However, I would like to know your perspectives whenever you guys watch it, because I'm not sure that the Laboon, which is episode 2, so Laboon's arc, I'm not sure that the emotional impact hit as hard as it should have. But for me, it's sort of the problem that The Last of Us had, whereas it's basically waiting on you to have that connection with the source material. So it's your mind filling in the blanks rather than the writers actually doing the effort to do that emotional connection. So I do think that maybe that would be an issue for you guys when you watch season 2, but for
That was
that
gonna be
you'd
my
have
question.
you'd have to let me know if it lands. Because for me personally, it didn't land, especially considering the Laboon is someone who you would really want to wait because they're gonna possibly meet her back again when they finish the One Piece. But when they introduce her, I'm not very sure if it's someone that you're always having in the back of your mind, like, oh, I really wish that they go and see Laboon again. I really wish that they go and see Laboon. So those impacts, I'm not sure that it's well done because, as I said, I have the blanks filled in my mind. But
That could be a big issue because one of my big things with Arcane season 1 was I was amazed at the balance they achieved, how this works for people who have no idea about anything with League. But the people who do, you're going to get little bonuses, little Easter eggs, little understandings. The setup for Victor works perfectly fine if you've never seen played the game. If you've played the game, it's like, oh shit, it's even crazier because you know some shit's going to happen with him, right?
Yeah.
So you can play with people's experience when it comes to that. Does One Piece do that in a good way, or is it like gaps based on? Because I know the manga is supposed to be like 10,000 pages long, right?
I mean, it's all right. I think we're 1,175 chapters right now. The most recent one I read was last Thursday. So for those in the chat who don't know, I've read One Piece 4 times. I'm on my 4th read right now. I read weekly, and I've watched One Piece up until the Wano arc 3 times. So yeah, honestly, I think that season 2 is great. Really, really solid. More solid than season 1 in terms of pacing. That one for sure, because they cover a lot of arcs very quickly, but they still manage to retain those tiny moments that you would have in the anime of them just having banter and stuff like that. So you do get to connect with the characters. So I do think that season 2 is a really good job, solid job. The CGI, as I said, is dodgy with Dorian Broggy, but I do recommend season 2. But I will admit that for someone, maybe you guys in the chat have never seen One Piece or have only heard of One Piece, it is very hard to get into because One Piece is the most stereotypical anime when you think of anime, you know? So maybe that would be a hard way to get into it, but I think the live action is pretty good. I am anticipating season 3 because some of the casting was on point, the acting was on point, the costumes 100% accurate. But yeah. And yeah, someone in the chat said Luffy is weird in season 2. I do admit he does play up the cartoony factor, which can put you off in certain scenes, but I think that it still works. So yeah, I would recommend watching season 2 if you liked season 1.
Okay.
One thing I saw online was because they keep race swapping like loads of white characters, they call Zoro the minority hunter because everyone is killing him.
Dude, so it's an inside joke in the One Piece community. We've been calling him the minority hunter for well over a decade at this point, because coincidentally, every single person he defeats is black, and so it's just become a massive joke that we call him the minority hunter, and they've sort of kept that running in the live action as well. But they showed Joe Manganiello as Crocodile for season 3, which will be our first big villain, and so how do I say this? The cartoonish factors that are in season 1 and in season 2, I do think they will be reduced significantly in season 3 because season 3 is going to be the Alabasta arc, and that's a bit more realistic and much more serious because it's the first major enemy that Luffy has to go against. So, but yeah, I do recommend this one.
That probably is very stereotypical anime. Season 3 is the first major enemy. Season 3. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time with that. But then there was kind of the enjoyable thing, because I had no idea and still have no real idea, never seen it, never read it. That I liked that about season 1 is that you had a bunch of antagonists of the weeks, most of which were pretty good, a couple of which recurring. But the idea that the proximate antagonist is actually not a bad man, I think, helps it quite significantly. He's let's see, being Luffy's grandfather, like he actually does want the best for him, but he's almost the antithesis of everything he represents: rigid, controlling, and it's that's the really charming thing about the theme all the way through season 1 is that this is quite uncomplicatedly a story about just pursuing your dreams and helping other people pursue their dreams and finding your own purpose in other people's dreams, even when you don't necessarily have a fully formed one yourself. All of that is really nice. And it's such a contrast with virtually anything else on TV at the moment. that I just liked it a lot. Even with its goofy aspects, which I was not expecting to enjoy. But
yeah,
did.
One Piece is full of heart. I think that's why One Piece is, and Luffy specifically, is so enduring as the captain, especially in the manga and the anime, is because he has his very strong convictions. And the more you proceed in the manga and in the anime, the more you get insight on these characters. For example, Luffy's the guy who raised Luffy, which is Garp. And then the more you get insight on their proper convictions, and even the bad guys, you can really feel for them because they have such, I guess, how would I say this? What's the word? They have very set standards, you know? So, for example, it's the type of bad guy who will kill everyone, but he won't kill women and children, that type of stuff. And so One Piece has a ton of these characters, and the more the story goes on, the more the story is revealed as well, the more they reveal these characters. That's why I read One Piece a lot and why I've reread it so many times. It's because a lot of revelations that come in the latter of the manga and the anime, they sort of change the entire context of what was in the beginning. So you can reread everything with that new context in mind, and it just changes your perspective of the entire thing, which is why I think One Piece is a fantastic read. I do admit it does have some issues. The manga, of course, the longer it goes on, the more issues that it does have. But I think for the world building and for the foreshadowing alone, it deserves to be praised, because I don't think anyone has foreshadowing as much as Oda has. I mean, you can literally go back to some of the first chapters of One Piece, and there's stuff that you would never have thought of, but when you get the context from later on, you're like, oh, okay, so he was using this specific type of haki in this situation. That's why we knew it. But at that time, you didn't know what haki was. So, you know, it's worth the while not only to read, but it's worth the while to watch. However, if you're watching the live action, go ahead with the live action. If you're watching the anime, I recommend One Piece instead of One Piece, because it cuts out all the filler. And the manga, I just think the manga is a really good read. So yeah.
The only problem is because it takes so long between seasons, Luffy and the gang are going to be all like 50 by the time we get to like. So he'll be a 50-year-old playing a 15-year-old kid going, yay!
I'm worried about that with Egg as well. What if that kid has a crazy growth spurt?
Oh yeah, crazy growth spurt.
I'm so worried about those type of things, because we saw it happen to Brian. He was a cute kid and he turned into an ugly, creepy fucking teenager, and it just ruined his character. And then listen to the writing. So
I mean, the thing about the One Piece live action, I was reading.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
why would I roast you for that? I was gonna ask. I didn't want to interrupt you, because I was like, is that on par with the 2,000 years to like Attack on Titan has some of the best foreshadowing I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Great
foreshadowing.
So why would I?
Great foreshadowing.
I'm the one defending that show. If anything,
we like Brooks and me defend Attack on Titan until that shitty ass fucking ending. Honestly,
the main character gets Jaime Lannister. Like it's one of the most definitive types of character assassinations, when one line just fucks someone's whole story. Other than that, I think it's still worth a watch, even with the ending being controversial.
Yep. And so just to end on 2 points, because someone in the chat asked me if Robin's actor, I think, is going to deliver when that scene is going to happen. I'm not too sure. We haven't seen a ton of Robin. From what I've seen, she's very one note. Sadly, but I think the actress may be able to pull it off. I think the actress that plays Vivi can pull it off. And then someone else in the chat, I think it was Doflamingo or someone like that. Sorry if I don't remember the name. They said that Oda was also had a plan on where to end the live action series, which was what I was just about to touch on. And so apparently, yeah, he does have a specific moment where he wants to end the live action. So they're not going to do everything of One Piece in live action. My bet is probably Marineford just before the 2-year time skip. But even then, seeing the way they've treated the heavy CGI elements with Dory and Broggy, I don't have too much faith if we're going all the way to Marineford. I think if we end at Alabasta, it'll be good, because that's the most realistic section of One Piece. Because right after Alabasta, we're going to Islands in the Sky to fight Eminem. So, you know,
Eminem.
Yeah, yeah.
Slim
It's
Shady.
actually,
You know, like,
it's actually,
Shady.
Is he
it
wearing
is
the
actually
hoodie?
Eminem. Yeah, dude, he got the durag and everything, dude.
Are you speaking English right now? Like, what did you just say?
No, seriously, dude. Yeah, yeah. We're going to Skypiea, which is the name of the place and the name of the arc, and they fight a dude called Eneru-sama, like Eneru, who's a lightning devil fruit user, but his character is based off of Eminem, so he looks like Slim Shady with the durag. Yeah, seriously.
I thought you
This
were
is not a
joking.
joke. No,
Yeah,
this is
that's
not
so
a joke.
crazy.
It's true. Yeah, yeah. Well, didn't you guys
This,
see
this anime is so weird. I wouldn't be surprised, man. It's just a.
Django in season 1 is based off of Michael Jackson, you know?
Oh, I can see that.
Oh yeah,
What,
dude.
what about the
like,
clown dude? That was the one dude I do remember in season 1 liking. The clown guy who can accept
Buggy? I don't know who he's based on. Honestly, I don't really know who he's based on. But if you look online, you'll see honestly, if you look online, you'll see there's a whole list of people. There's a whole list of people Oda based on. But he was great in the first episode of season 2. He was probably the standout actor. The actor is fantastic for Buggy. Really, really good. So yeah.
He was probably the thing that I found most interesting. And then Platoon even mentioned, I think it was episode 3 or 4. Whenever they go to the dude with the big nose and he's throwing eggs and he's lying and shit, I just tapped out from the anime to the live action. That one arc just bored me to tears where I couldn't continue.
Oh, I can understand. I can understand. But the thing is that, like Buggy, for example, the clown dude, him right now, you don't even have the context of his entire life. But when you have the context of his life and you come back to these, you're like, oh shit, dude, this guy is like, it's crazy. I honestly recommend reading One Piece, man. I'm a huge One Piece fan. So yeah, but that's pretty much it for the live action, unless you guys on the panel have any questions.
Well, all I heard is people say, "Oh, it gets good after 300 chapters." I was like,
That's
"No,
that's a fucking lie. Honestly, that's a lie. People exaggerate. It's like people saying One Piece has more filler than Naruto. No, Naruto is
That's not
literally
even possible.
51% filler. Naruto is literally, it's 51% filler.
It's not
51.
even
Can you
exact. I
imagine?
think that's underestimated. I think it's closer to 65. Like you'll have a season with like 400 episodes, but there's only like 100 of them that are actually legit. It's just, it's shocking. It's
crazy.
actually
Dude,
shocking.
One Piece has 10% filler. It only has 100 episodes of filler. So that's it. And even with the chapters, it's even less. So like you just skip the filler. That's it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say of One Piece season 2. The fights are incredible, honestly.
It looks like it was doing quite well because I think it debuted at second place on Netflix, bizarrely behind some dinosaur show, but I don't know if that is still the case. But it's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes for whatever that is worth, 95% from the audience, so that's all good. And it may be less of a gap between seasons 2 and 3 by the looks of it, because season 2 apparently was impacted by the writer's strike, though it sounds like that didn't leave too much of a difference on its quality.
Not really, because season 2 and 3 I think were made back to back for this one, for One Piece. Like, since they were really heading to the Alabasta arc and they really wanted to go to the Alabasta arc, I think a majority of the first half of season 3 is going to be the arc, because Brooks, have you seen Full Metal Alchemist?
No, it's been on the list for decent animes though.
Oh, so there's a Civil War arc in Full Metal Alchemist, and Alabasta is kind of like that. So yeah, it's in the anime it's a bit long, but in the manga and I think in the live action is going to be short, because the pacing is really on point in season 2 rather than season 1. So yeah, that's pretty much it for One Piece.
Well, I'm going to look forward to watching season 2 while I'm doing some work that I'm not looking forward to. So that'll yeah, hooray!
You'll love the first episode, man.
Like the CGI looked kind of weird, especially with Luffy, because stretching powers never look good. Like I saw that scene where he's doing that leg kick, and it just looks fucking horrendous.
It does look goofy, but I actually, weirdly enough, think that sort of adds to the charm of season 1, because you're right, it does look goofy. Quite a lot of it looks, in any other context, kind of crap and cheap and bad, but it sort of weirdly adds to the whole amateurish feel of the entire thing, which makes it more a part of the story than anything. I almost don't want super high fidelity, photorealistic, super stretchy powers in a show like One Piece, where you're supposed to be having fun with it, and not actually expecting seriousness. Lots of the CGI in season 1 is pretty janky.
They lean into
it adds to the goofiness rather than detracting from it.
And I
Yep,
think that's one of the
I
biggest
agree.
successes of the show. It is a very weird, quirky show, and you need to be able to capture that in live action. And they're not ashamed of it. It's not like the Lanterns, like, oh, we're cutting the green because that's fucking stupid. You fucking cowards! Like, have some respect for the source material and the idea that isn't yours. Like, I'm not a fan of the show, but I respect the fuck out of them for doing it the way it should be.
Yeah, I'm
Like-
telling you, the only very, very, very shoddy CG looking scenes are the ones with the giants when they're fighting, especially. That one, I think it's shoddy to the point where it'll take you out. Like, really, you'll
Okay.
just sit back and be like, oh, this kind of looks bad. But the rest of it, I think, is good. And because as Reaper said, like, I was watching the clips of season 2 before I started watching season 2 this morning. And even when I would watch just the clips, even the Luffy versus Smoker fight, I was like, "Oh, this shit looks like garbage." And then, but in the context with the episode running, it actually it comes off way, way, way better.
Yeah, if it's good writing, you can ignore that. Like
Yeah.
CGI doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Yeah, no one gives a shit. But
and
if you're
unless it's
just
like
like in the
snail
character,
telephones
that's
are
the big
great.
thing.
Yeah, yeah,
And
exactly.
Unless
bro.
it's like, have you seen Supergirl where she goes to fly and it just pauses and drags her across the screen like a fucking PowerPoint slide?
Oh,
Has
geez.
anyone seen that clip? It's the
Yes.
worst CGI I have ever seen in my life.
It looks so bad. And someone in the chat, just before we move on, someone in the chat mentioned the snail phones. Yeah, the snail phones look absolutely incredible. I think they actually built the props and they made them move like they're little puppets. They look really, really good. And plus, every snail phone is tailor made for the character who owns the snail phone. So yeah, I'm not just a subjective thing, but I'm not a fan of the new snail phone ringtone. For example, like I've been using the snail phone ringtone as my phone's ringtone for like 5 years. Yeah, seriously. But like the new one, it's kind of just iffy, you know. It goes something. It sounds a bit more like a normal phone rather than sounding like bilip 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 bilip. So yeah, but that's just a subjective thing. But yeah,
Snail
but-
phones, like this fucking show's so weird, but I respect it. It's cool.
It
They-
is.
you
It's,
know,
it's
they
the
lean
sort of
into
thing I did not expect to like it when it came out,
Mhm.
and tried it out because everyone else was talking about it and found that I did like it. It's so you know I do like some goofy anime things, which must mean K-pop Demon Hunters is really shit because I didn't like that.
But you Platoon, one of your favorite animes is a Gundam, isn't it?
Yeah, but only it's sort of mainly because it's one of the only ones I've really seen any length of. But yes, and most of it's shit too. But I do enjoy it. It's kind of goofy shit, which is
But I think
funny.
you just described anime as a whole. Like they're all flawed. There's no perfect anime out there, but they'll explore a certain concept and develop certain characters that make you ignore all the rest of the flaws. And their main goal is to tell you a good story. It's not messaging and
A perfect anime does exist. It's called Hellsing Ultimate. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
someone just mentioned it in the chat. So yeah, Hellsing
Oh,
Ultimate is
base
dope.
2 ever mentioned that in the chat then.
So Hellsing Ultimate is dope.
Mm.
Definitely agree.
That was the annoying thing when I was going around trying desperately to find these 10 good movies for the EFAP episode is that I did try Demon Slayer Infinity Castle
Ooh.
and the Chainsaw Man movie, I think it is, whatever the fuck it's called.
Ooh.
But like, because I was sort of naively hoping that they might be standalone entries that you could understand without watching 15,000 anime episodes. No.
No.
So I did not finish those.
The Demon Slayer movie is literally so instead of doing like a season 2, they do season 1 movie, season 2, but it's like a continuation each time. So if you haven't seen you will not have the context whatsoever.
Because the thing that made me think maybe is a standalone is just how staggeringly well those movies did. I was like, does they really have that many fans of the anime? But I guess they must do, because they made loads of money, and evidently all of those people have seen the anime or at least know enough about it to understand what the fuck is happening, which I didn't.
Honestly, I'd recommend Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is pretty dope. It's pretty interesting the way that the story goes. They're not done with the initial first big story arc, which is the only one that I read. But yeah, I think Chainsaw Man is quite interesting. Demon Slayer, by the way, I think Demon Slayer is just carried by the fucking animation. I'm sorry, chat, but that's my opinion. But yeah, I think Demon Slayer is heavily carried by its animation. So is JJK. That may be controversial, but that's my opinion.
That's not a good
JJK is where it's
shout,
written.
Oh.
I'm saying
What'd you say?
Demon Slayer's got at least some likable characters. JJK has got fucking nothing. The plot's a fucking mess. And basically all it has Gojo.
Yeah.
It's Gojo. You can't beat Gojo because he's basically got he's got this force field around him that nobody can get through. That's it. That's all there is. He's just a fucking Mary Sue.
Yeah,
I like the
JJK
fight-
is convoluted as fuck, dude. It's
Oh, it makes
100%.
no fucking sense. The rules are just fucking. It makes no sense. It's just really good fight scenes.
Oh yeah,
That's it.
What do you think is the best anime to introduce non-anime watchers? Like the introductory anime.
For me, it was Ghost in the Shell, and I'm not a big anime watcher, but Ghost in the Shell, the movie, original one, obviously, and Standalone Complex as well, and Second Gig is pretty good. And what else did I like that made me think anime isn't total shit?
Have you seen Death Note?
Genesis Evangelion? Death
Have you-
Note, yeah, but not since I was a kid, but I remember enjoying it up until... There's a part where it gets weird, and I can't
Yes,
remember where that part is.
The
It's
first
after
of
L
Death Note.
dies.
Yeah, yes, but thanks for the spoiler, you fucking
Thank you,
monster.
thank you,
Sorry.
thank you, Rex.
You couldn't
He's
be
20 years
you
old,
couldn't be
okay?
smoother on that
Rex.
one. Jesus. So the first third of Death Note is probably some of the best anime ever. The ending gets a little weird, and then they bring it home for the very, very ending. The legit last ending is strong, but it's got some weakness, some flip floppiness around it. Like those, what the fuck were those two other dudes? Like,
Yeah, like we
Emo
were
L's.
talking. We were speaking last time with Reaper, Brooks, and Cynic. I think backstage on the last BSUP, and I told him my dad, who absolutely hates anime, would be angry at me whenever I watched an episode of Death Note without him
because
he
it
was
takes
so
away
engaged.
it takes away a lot of the anime tropes, a lot of the craziness, and it grounds it as more of a thriller. It's probably the most easy watch, like in terms of people who aren't really into all the extra anime tropes, not like the battles and whatnot. Something that's a little bit more grounded while still being just very unique. Yeah, Death Note's fun, man.
I'd say anything Studio Ghibli is a good segue if you haven't watched any anime, because it doesn't go full anime tropey, and it's still very palatable if you have no knowledge about Japanese culture.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, it's true.
Spirits
But
of the Way is overrated.
What?
Spirits of the Way is carried by animation. You want to talk about carried by animation? That film
Oh,
is
I didn't say
I
it
agree.
was-
Thank you, Reaper. I
Yeah,
was like,
I
what
don't
is all the hype
disagree.
around this movie? This is kind of just a
But
basic little. There's
Studio
nothing that
Ghibli
special
has-
here.
Studio Ghibli just has a lot of films that are easily palatable for a Western audience. That's all. But I don't even think. Yeah, I agree. Spirited Away is kind of overrated. It's not even the best
super
Ghibli film.
overrated. It's beautiful. It's interesting. It's wholesome, but it's not like this unbelievable story that people make it out to be. I was just like, okay, I have no desire to ever watch that again, but it was cute.
yeah, I'm with you
just-
guys.
It's one of those ones. Yeah, I know some people will probably shit on you for that, but it's I would
The
kind of
only one-
agree. It's slightly overrated.
The one that's well better written is Princess Mononoke, because it's
Oh,
what
I love that
Avatar
movie.
wishes it was.
Yeah.
Because like it has like a really interesting point about nature and like civilization. But
The
like
themes actually
Avatar-
work.
Yeah, like Avatar is fucking betray your race and kill fucking people for some alien pussy.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Like it shows the negatives and positives of both. Like civilization allows like lepers and like women to be actually able to survive, whereas in nature, like it's strong, it's beautiful, but it's also incredibly brutal.
So,
So
go ahead, Vex.
I was just going to point out, because people keep mentioning, oh, you're not bringing up Cowboy Bebop. I wouldn't recommend Cowboy Bebop to someone who isn't into anime, like as a starting point. That's
Same. Like that's what me and Naruto. If you're into Naruto anime, then you might get into that because it's definitely a quirky show. It's like a mix of comedy, action,
Right.
adventure almost. But for people who just don't give a shit but are curious as to why they're so popular, probably Death Note and Attack on Titan.
Honestly, I
Yeah.
don't know. I
More mature.
disagree with Cowboy Bebop. I think Cowboy Bebop is a pretty good entryway to anime. Honestly, I do think Cowboy Bebop is a pretty good entryway to anime. I think maybe not the series, but the movie.
I'm thinking the series.
I think I'd still show the series. I think someone would enjoy
Show
the
me-
series.
To the Netflix one that got cancelled immediately.
Fuck that one. And people in the chat were mentioning One Punch Man as well. I do think One Punch Man, Platoon. If you've never seen One Punch Man, I do think
throw that
it's
in there.
it's a great example of writing around the Superman dilemma. Which,
100%. It's probably the best
which is
example because
very,
the entire
very- yeah.
story is based on that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And there's this particular joke in the first two episodes that had me fucking crying. Like it's actually a really funny show. It's
Yeah.
just intelligent and it uses anime tropes and different concepts in a clever way. And But again, I feel like you'd get the jokes more if you've seen other animes. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like the scene with the dude giving the inspiring speech and it just keeps going on and forever.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, okay, this is kind of hilarious, but it doesn't work unless you've seen this in other animes.
And,
Someone.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead. Go
Oh
ahead,
no,
go ahead.
no, someone like Attack on Titan. I mean, I would recommend maybe the first 3 seasons. I think you can get away with that being an intro anime if you're not familiar with anime because the storytelling is so strong.
Man, the horseback before when all the like my favorite is when they're on horses running from their asses, running from giants,
Yeah.
having no idea what the fuck's going
Yeah.
on. It gets I don't want to say convoluted, but it gets fucking insane. And I just
Yeah.
kind of miss the wholesome idea of like, what are these things? We're riding on horseback trying to navigate. Like the female Titan arc is like, you can watch that without any context. It's
Oh
phenomenal.
god, I've watched that season so many
I have
times.
a
'cause
super cut of that.
Yeah.
I have a super cut of that, chopping all the episodes in because it's such the action's on point, the fucking drama's on point, and I love the fucking like a rare scenario where listening to your team and trying to provide teamwork gets everybody fucking killed. So his whole philosophy is I gotta do everything myself now. Like he's traumatized in the wrong way. If only I fucking did something, they'd all be alive. But I listened to the team, tried to follow the rules, and now everyone's fucked. It's just
Commander
interesting to
Erwin
really
is
play
my
with those
goat,
things.
dude. Commander Erwin is my
Erwin-
goat.
Oh god, one of
Erwin
the
is
best
up there.
characters in anime.
He's anime. He's on my small list of perfect characters. He's Theoden, Mike Ehrmantraut, and like Commander Erwin from Attack on Titan. They're flawless.
Mhm.
Absolutely
Yep.
flawless.
Yep.
How did this turn into anime hour? Like
I have no
Oh,
idea.
One Piece. One Piece.
One
dude,
yeah,
Piece,
one
yeah.
thing. There you go.
One Piece.
Oh,
yeah,
Well,
I saw someone else. Oh, sorry, real quick. Someone else kept mentioning Blood Plus. That's a good anime, but it has a lot of problems, especially after the second season. The pacing is just all over the place. But that's
I'll
one of my
agree with-
favorites.
I'll agree with you on that. Blood Plus is,
Yeah.
is pretty good. And so, 2 people I think mentioned Redline, which I do recommend. Redline. It's a movie. It fucking bankrupted the studio and basically got the studio shut down. But the movie is pretty good. Great animation. Pretty good story. It's nice. It's really it's decent. And Samurai Champloo as well. Yeah, 2 or 3 people mentioned.
That was
I
good.
think-
Yeah.
Yeah, Samurai Champloo is a good entryway for anime as well.
So is Akira. I saw that come up. That's a good for a movie too. If you don't want to watch a series.
I'm not. I can sort of appreciate what Akira did. It does not do it for me. I did not enjoy Akira. I think it's partly. I don't know. Well, what is it about Akira? There's sort of like that aggressive 80s-ness about Akira. I don't give a shit about motorcycle culture or anything like that, and anything that's sort of like. It just all its cultural references are soured on me. I've seen Akira referenced in so many ways, which I understand, and I appreciate that I understand it. So I've seen the movie, and I appreciate what it did for the reputation of anime as well. But kind of like the Beatles, it's not for me.
Then
That's
you'd
fair.
like Perfect Blue. People in the chat mentioned Perfect Blue. You'd like
That's been
Perfect
on my
Blue.
to watch list for like 5
Oh,
years.
Perfect Blue is so worth. If you had to watch anything when we finish here, watch Perfect Blue. It's so worth it.
That shit will give you chills, man. Honestly,
That's why it's worth it. It's so good.
Yeah.
I heard that, Rabbi. Spill the beans.
I just wasn't. I don't know. I just didn't really like it. Didn't do it for me.
I can understand. Honestly, I can thoroughly understand why people would dislike Perfect Blue. I won't disagree with that. Like I can really understand why Perfect Blue is a hit or a hard miss for some people.
Sounds like
She
a
goes
acquired taste for sure.
She goes crazy a little too easily. I'm just saying, it need a bit more.
I don't.
Whoa! No spoilers. No spoilers. I'll get back to you guys.
No
okay,
spoilers.
yeah.
No spoilers. No spoilers. No spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah.
Well, anything else?
Vinland Saga is a good one.
Oh yeah,
Which one?
Very Vinland Saga. Very
Okay.
great first season.
highly recommend. Yes.
And then
yes.
second season was boring because they're stuck in a farm for 20 episodes, and I was like, "Oh my god, just fucking move on."
If you've seen The Northman, then it's basically that story.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's that story
Okay.
in anime.
Well,
It's very very
it's
good
like-
anime.
it's like a revenge story, but it doesn't play out the way you think it does.
Yeah.
I am now going to call a time on this weebery because it's fucking hell.
It's gone out of control.
Yes. Anything else that anybody spotted that they thought was worth talking about in the world of non-anime media this week, or shall we move on to the final part of the show?
we can move on.
We can move on. Fair enough. It's been a bit of a slow news week. The Oscars kind of dominated it, obviously. But we got a good little bit of time out of that, and obviously One Piece as well, which was much more enjoyable than the Oscars. We move on now to super chats, I suppose.
Yeah.
So oh fuck, they've piled up. Right, cool. We're gonna be here for a while.
Is Cynic alive, by the way?
I have no clue.
I am alive.
Oh, hello.
I said it.
This anime talk is like Game of Thrones talk. So
You fucking guy.
Why
I'm
wouldn't
gonna
you
start
watch it?
One Piece, but I'm not gonna watch a Dunkin' Egg. You
no,
fucking
I don't know how you guys didn't ever bring up Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Well,
Well,
I
as an
don't know
introductory
if it
anime.
really counts.
I'm not a Pokemon dude, man.
Pokemon,
Pokemon
the
is
first
like-
movie, bro. Come on.
Bro.
Pokemon first movie is to be fair, is an excellent film. Because my stepdad used to take me to the cinema a lot to see movies, and he would always use it as an excuse to fall asleep. And the only movie I saw with him that he didn't fall asleep to was Pokemon, the first movie.
Fair.
That movie bangs.
It does.
Oh my god.
This fucking-
Fucking Pokemon.
And
Oh my
Mewtwo
God.
sort of like outdoes Martin Luther King at the end. Amazing line.
Dude, he fucking does.
He does. I
He's
see now.
amazing.
It's the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It's what we do with the gift of life that determines who we are. It's an amazing quote.
Mewtwo the Philosopher. That guy's thicker than Elle Fanning, man. Holy shit.
Good one
Oh,
got me.
strange design. Cynic what? What did that say?
Something about
Cynical
ABCs.
yes, learning
That I
ABCs
recommend
and
learning ABCs and 1, 2, 3s as well.
Hmm.
It is.
All right.
Oh boy. Wonder Girl, gotta miss out tonight, so have some money and know that Markiplier was at the Oscars, but some helpful staff accidentally led him in the back way, so he didn't walk the red carpet.
Oh.
Yes, yeah, he posted it. He posted it on, I think it was on Twitter, on YouTube or something. But yeah, he made a post where he was saying that yes, he is at the Oscars, but I guess they walked him through the special VIP area to the second, like the back door or some shit like that. So
To the alleyway. They fucking hate YouTubers. How could they not? They have no reason to like us in any way. We just make them look like a fool. We can be more entertaining and more insightful on like an eighth of the budget without all the pretentious bullshit.
it's really weird that he didn't get to walk the red carpet, because he is a known like celebrity. You know, he's I don't know, man. I just find it really weird. I find it really weird. But you know, the Oscars is something that they plan months in advance. Have you guys seen the videos of the stand-ins wearing the you know, they
Yeah.
have like, yeah, you see they wear like those jail things with, you know, Anne Hathaway or the guest stuff. I don't know. I think maybe they just didn't care about him, which, yeah. And someone said Stuckman was out back looking for scraps.
Dealing with cigarette butts and shit. Like, yeah, whatever happened to him? Has he had any like public statements since Shelby Oaks came out?
I don't think so. He just makes more gambling ads, and then some more debt collection agency ads, and then some more better help therapy ads because his life sucks.
That movie
It wasn't
fucking sucked.
wasn't one of the gambling stuff on like fucking SpongeBob review or
Was a
something.
SpongeBob? Yeah, it was. Yeah.
He's just sold out completely. Like no shame.
Oh, no, wait, no. So
standards
no,
left.
I was wrong. Gambling was on Wicked. The debt collection agency, I think, was on SpongeBob, and then it was on other stuff.
I was watching
That's
that
even
the EFAP covering Stuckman with you guys, and I laughed when you guys reach his Ghostbusters Afterlife review, and it's like a segment of this video is sponsored by Ghostbusters Afterlife. I was like,
Yep.
what the fuck is this? Crazy.
Yeah, he's a character.
Maxi Rage, I forgot who's moving to Arizona, but make sure you get at least 2 fans in your rooms. 1 standing and 1 industrial fan will do you good during summertime. Also, Prime Robert versus Barmir thoughts. Good night.
Robert crushes his chest with his hammer. I love Boromir, but Robert's supposed to be like 6'5" in a tank. Boromir's like
Mhm. Robert was that dude, man.
Robert Baratheon is perfectly portrayed in terms of his character in season 1, but his size, just like Lionel in Dunkin' Egg, the Baratheons need to be bigger, but they found actors that portray their charisma so perfectly that they could kind of roll with it. But Robert's a 6'5" chungus of a man. Like he's crushing.
Well, we talking about Boromir took on like 16 Urukai with a fucking 2 arrows in his chest.
He's a fucking legend, but he's not beating Robert. I'm sorry. Robert would have like
He literally took on fucking superhuman orcs by himself, critically injured.
yeah, but that's something a man can do. It's not like something like
A
like,
man who can
Aragorn-
take on fucking Urukais.
Yeah,
Oh, I
Uruk-hai.
can just take on about 15 Urukais.
The
Come on, I'll
average
just
man,
take you all on.
the average man, no. Boromir is a fucking legend, but I
Exactly.
genuinely think Robert's just gonna be too big.
Superhuman.
The matchup, armored and heavy hammer. What's he gonna do with that? This isn't
He'll
like
slip past him and jam him in the fucking eye.
Mahler. You still in the fucking? We need you for this one. Like, get in this here. I think
I'm
Robert
with
crushes
Robert. Yeah.
Boromir. I
I
really think he's just too
prime
big.
Robert Baratheon, maybe, yes.
That was the whole point. It says
Robert,
prime.
as we see him in the show.
You think I was
no,
talking
but,
about the fat king, the breastplate stretcher? You full of wine? No. Prime
Now,
Robert.
OG like
fucks Boromir.
prime book Robert. Yeah, would smoke.
Is it
Boromir.
Boromir like Numenorian or something?
no, Aragorn's
No,
Numenorian.
Aragorn,
So,
Aragorn versus
Aragorn
Robert
win.
is a different question. He might be able to pull something out of his ass, but Boromir is just a man,
Just the man.
a legendary
Fucking-
man of
He's a
epic proportions,
fucking
but he's
Boromir, man.
fucking Boromir of Gondor, but he's still just a man. He's immortal. I
So
saw him
Sounds like
die.
his father there,
Robert
you
is-
know?
Robert isn't superhuman. He gets beaten. by
Robert would have
fucking-
fucked up all
Sa-
those Orcai and saved Merry and Pippin on the sea.
That
He would have
fat
literally-
kid's dad, the fucking Sam, his fucking dad beat fucking Robert, and you tell me Boromir couldn't? He took back Osgiliath from when it was overrun by orcs.
He beat him in a battle, but in terms of strategy, he didn't 1v1 him. This is a man who beat Rhaegar. Come on now.
Nah,
It'd be
Ro-
Aragorn maybe,
Boromir,
but
man.
I think Robert fucks him up.
You look how many dead Uruk-hai are in that scene, and fucking tell me then.
I don't know. I
I'm,
think
I'm,
Robert
I'm still with Robert, man. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think Robert would maybe it would be a close fight, but I think Robert would smoke his ass, man.
I think it's a bad matchup.
You're
Also,
wrong.
I am not moving to Arizona anymore. So everyone in the chat that keeps giving me this advice, I'm staying right here, baby.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Maxi Rage. Also, I need to know who's more miserable and cynical person, Ryan or Reaper. Would love to see him on one of the streams. Sinners is getting overhyped.
It's Ryan. It's Ryan. I think we could just
What are you talking about? I'm full of joy. I love life. I skip
Very-
down the
very
street like a
convincing.
fucking 5-year-old.
No, Ryan's hatred for George R. Martin is fucking hilarious. I love it. It's very rants that fill me with joy more than him just describing how much George is a fat fuck that'll never finish the books. But he balances it out by being a lore master. He's like really, really strong when it comes to his lore.
So he's a fucking nerd.
Yeah,
Is that the
he's
difference?
a high level nerd. Him and Niad are
I'd
like the
wedge
lore
him.
masters of YouTube.
I'd fucking put his underwear over his head and fucking spin him and dunk him in the toilet.
TGV Monster. Hi, everyone. It's good to see you all on my Friday. I could care less about the Oscars, but watching you is far more entertaining.
low bar to clear, but I'm glad we cleared it.
Tony Rodriguez Nunez. To be honest, I think Timothy Chalamet is a great actor, but he doesn't have the qualities of a leading man. He's more like a character actor to me.
I would agree with that in his earlier career. I don't know if you've. I mean, Marty Supreme, I think, refutes that quite well. Also, I mean, leading man and character actor are. I'm not entirely convinced I enjoy that distinction. I mean, would you say why is his name Al Pacino? Would you say he's leading man or character actor?
Yeah, it's a weird way to frame it.
I understand that there is like people do generally draw that distinction, but then it's like leading man will be people like Tom Cruise, I guess, but then they aren't typically awarded in the same way. Character actors tend to get the Oscars, I think, more than traditional leading men. I mean, Arnie never got an Oscar, as far as I'm aware. It's a grave injustice. Should have had one for Predator, but never mind.
Yeah, for Mr. Freeze, he should have got every
should have got
fucking
two.
award.
Oh, fuck
You
yeah.
should have got 2 Oscars for Mr. Freeze for sure.
Nah,
But
Junior was where he
dinosaurs.
should have gotten
Yeah,
it.
Sage.
You lie. I fucking love that line.
TGV Monster. You know what I miss? Awesome openings to TV shows like in the 80s and 90s, like Buffy, Smallville, X-Men, Power Rangers. Maybe I'm just a kid of the 90s.
I used to
come
sing
on
that
again.
Smallville intro. I can't lie. I do somebody like it's fucking catchy as hell. Pokemon intro, X-Men was dope. Just dun dun dun. You can still hear that in your fucking head. Dexter is legendary, and of
Yeah.
course Game of Thrones.
Iron Man. Iron Man was the most bait and switch ever. It had the most awesome intro going, I am Iron Man. And then you watch the show, it's the most boring show ever. How do you have something so cool?
Spider-Man's
and
was
so
cool, too.
fucking boring. Yeah.
My Spider-Man's was good. Like I grew up watching not the X-Men, not the original like X-Men cartoon, but I grew up watching, I think it was X-Men Evolution. That was what I was
Yeah.
watching when I was growing
I
up.
watched
yeah,
both.
That
Yeah.
was really, really good. I really like that one watching it.
I liked Spike in that one. The light skinned dude who had the spikes that can come out of his
Yep.
body. There was a couple of
It was
characters.
good. Yeah.
Joey Bag of Donuts, glad to see you back, Bex.
Oh, thanks. I was here last week too, but all right.
Thanks, I never went anywhere.
Razor Hammond, Platoon, you got me watching Gundam. What's your favorite mobile suit? Reaper, I need my fiddle paddle back.
Fiddle
Jedi,
paddle.
fiddle paddle. Jedi, what about that White House card?
It's a great card in isolation, but it's not matching the hype that they fucking built for it. Just stop hyping cards. We're fight fans. We'll watch pigeons fight each other. It's not like we're simpletons, you know? But you don't need to fucking hype shit up to the roof. The two main fights on the card, phenomenal. But again, it's the UFC and fucking Paramount. It's like we're getting the big money fights, not actually the ones that should be happening. Yeah, I hate John Jones with a fiery passion, but he should be on this card.
So who's fighting at the White House?
It's going to be Ilya Taporia versus Justin Gaethje. Gaethje's going to die within 60 seconds. There's nothing he can do. He's absolutely done. And it's Alex Pereira going for his third time. He could be the first person in UFC history, MMA history, to get 3 belts in three different weight classes. Other than that, the card's pretty whack. And this is the UFC at the White House. They're trying to build it up to be this crazy thing. It should have been a more stacked card than this.
Is this for some like big American anniversary that this is happening as well?
The UFC 250, they're calling it UFC Freedom. They're doing it at the White House. And they're having the dude, I think right now, who's the best fighter in the world, Ilya Taporia, he's going to be the main event. But I'm not interested because he's fighting someone who literally send in a fucking homeless person off the street. And I'd have more fucking, faith in him than Justin Gaethje right now. So, yeah, a cool card, but a bit overrated.
And mobile suits will depend on the show and the style because it depends. Some of them are way more fantasy and some I prefer the slightly more realistic ones. Like I like the general tone of Wing. I think that's pretty cool. So from that, I don't know. Wing Zero is good. Heavy Arms, I like Heavy Arms, but I like the custom version more. But if you just want to kill everyone, the Freedom, because you can be Kiriyamato and you're basically Jesus. So that's my answer, which isn't really an answer because I gave you so many options, but there's lots of options.
I do have a question. If I've never seen a Gundam show, which one should I start with?
It's a really tricky one. It's sort of I almost want to say just go chronologically, but it depends on like some people just don't have a tolerance for the cheaper, lower budget 70s animation. And obviously the first one comes out in 79, I think it is. So it depends. If that's the sort of thing that puts you off, then I'd start with something like 8th MS Team. It's a side story, but it's a modern side story set within sort of the main Universal Century timeline. Which is again sort of grounded, gritty, relatively anyway, realistic. But if you have the tolerance for the older anime style, I just say go chronologically because then you get all of the various wacky ideas and concepts that they throw in. You can spot the exact moment the creator watched Star Wars. It's great.
All right, no, thank you.
Wasn't there a new one like the Girl from Mars or something?
There's a few. I think the most recent one is GQ. I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's GQ, about 15 billion U's and then an X, Gukux or something like that.
Gukux, what the?
Gukux.
Gundam
That's a weird one. It's the first like explicitly. I think it's the first explicitly like multiversal story. So it doesn't make a huge amount of sense unless you have like knowledge of the original series at least. But it looks brilliant. They generally do quite a good job of balancing traditional hand-drawn animation with some CG elements. I hate all CG animation. I sickened on it so much. But it's a beautiful looking thing, but it won't make any fucking sense if you don't know who many of the characters are.
Can I ask you a similar question, Platoon? As someone who fucked themselves over, and my introduction to Star Trek was Starfleet. I ended up finishing that whole fucking season. I was just like, what the fuck, man? This is so bad. But it made me just like, man, this is what it's fallen to. Like, it's just completely unrecognizable slop at this point. So what would you say is the best way? It just start with the original series, or some of the movies decent enough to just jump into?
I don't know. I'm not a huge Star Trek person. I just sort of more know about it than I know of it. But I think I might be misspeaking, and Trek fans, if there are any in the audience, there must be like 5 of you will correct me. But I would say generally avoid the movies as your first introduction because they're very much like continuation movies as opposed to standalones, and they don't tend to do as good a job with the characters. Like this movie version of Picard is just not the same character as TV show Picard. But if you want to start with the TV show, I mean, you can go worse than starting with the original series. It's way goofier, and obviously it's really cheap, but you sort of get a sense of why this thing got a dedicated, if small, following. But otherwise, probably the Next Generation, as obviously it's running through the 90s, so it still looks a bit dated, but the writing is generally pretty good from what I understand.
See, TNG dominated my living room as a kid. My parents watched it religiously. It was the only thing my dad, when we were watching wrestling, would switch the channel for. And I'm like, I hated Picard because I'm like, you're switching it to the boring bald man who's going to talk to the other boring people when I'm in the middle of a fucking triple TLC match or some shit. I get so pissed off because I had no control over the remote. But I would listen and I'd be like, okay, there must be a reason he finds this so interesting. It just didn't appeal to me as a kid at all. But it'd be definitely something to go back to and watch for sure.
Yeah, I mean to do it at some point because I've not seen enough of it. But what I do know of it is pretty high quality. I think Cynic has disappeared again. So TGV Monster 24 will gifted 1 membership, probably to himself, but thank you all the same. Mark Holmes for $9.99 real money is a very difficult decision for Oscar voters. Shall we vote for the far left political agenda film with a diverse cast, or the other far left political agenda film with a diverse cast and vampires?
At least it has the vampires edge, maybe.
It does.
But I love vampires, but they keep popping up in things that they don't need to be in. I did not like Dusk Till Dawn. Midnight Mass, I enjoyed it up until the vampire reveal. I just feel like they're not used in media well, and they aren't in just in this way where I'm like, fucking hell, man, I'm not ready for vampires now. And if you're gonna do it, don't do it like this.
All the vampire stuff these days is just derivative, and like it's not even scary anymore. Like the writers that are writing vampire stuff right now don't understand why vampires were originally like kind of terrifying. So it's because I find it hard to find good vampire anime. There's maybe like 3 of them.
The Hellsing.
True.
Vampire Hunter D. Yeah, but other than
Let the Right One In is like probably my top tier vampire movie.
Right, and that's not
go check our live stream.
That's what I mean. That's one of the most. Yeah. Oh yes. Me and this dude broke that one down. Like I've totally blanked that for a second. We broke that whole movie down on my other channel. If anyone wants to check that out. But there's a movie called Afflicted, which is a found footage one. That is like the most underrated vampire movie because it's actually it's so much fun. If anyone is a vampire fan and wants something that's just like refreshing, watch Afflicted, a found footage vampire film. 2 friends on a vacation, one gets bitten by a vampire, and you get to really see them deal with this situation. And
found footage aspect adds to it a lot.
Holy the fucking fight scene and it's probably one of the best found footage fight scenes.
Yeah, I won't deny that. Yeah, I think it's either between that and Troll Hunter. You guys ever seen a humanist vampire seeking consenting suicidal person?
No, that's on my list though of things to watch. Was it good?
Oh, dude, I recommended it to you like 2 years ago, man.
Oh, that's probably why it's on my list. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's worthwhile, man. It's a long name, but it's pretty interesting. It has good reviews too. So, well, Sinners also has good reviews, so that doesn't fucking matter actually.
Yeah, do not trust the reviews. Speaking of movies with good reviews that you should not trust, Dare to Mark Hoppin for $5. I want to see Mauler or Platoon do an 8-hour breakdown of one battle after another. Not enough people know how shit that movie is. I can't speak for Mauler, but I can speak for myself. No. But, stranger things have happened, and continue to happen. It's one of the reasons I can say no. But no, fucking bad movie. I do not recommend at all. The Masterpiece PD for 10 fake euros. The ending of I Swear, where he finds an experimental relief for his tics, is sort of undermined by reality, where he is again being bullied for saying something involuntary. Otherwise, an easy recommend. They're going to have to, like some books publish new editions. They might need to do a new edition of that movie where they add the whole Oscars thing in. And then Grace Randolph can appear in it. And everyone can bully the shit out of him. And it will be really tragic because fuck America.
You should have been at the Oscars, man. I'm telling you, that would have been great.
God, yeah. I want them. I want a Tourette's person mic'd up at the front of every award show. Just to make it. It's better than the host, even. It'll be way funnier.
They should get that Twitch streamer. What's her name? Sweet Anita, I think her name is. She's like a Twitch streamer with Tourette's who's pretty well known.
Isn't she
And
one of the people who's responsible for giving a load of people Tourette's? Because there was the whole Tourette's it's a social contagion effect throughout. I think it was during lockdown. There were a few really popular, seemingly genuine Twitch streamers with Tourette's, and then a whole bunch of hormonal girls started showing up at school with Tourette's symptoms, but they didn't have it. It was just social contagion.
Yeah, no, I think maybe inadvertently she's one of them, but she's probably one of the most wholesome Tourette streamers. One thing that I find very funny about her is that she says that she has a spanking tick. So whenever someone bends around her, she like the tick is literally to smack their ass. I find it so fucking hilarious, man. Really.
Explain that one in public.
That's going to be a great excuse to have. Anyone could try that excuse as well. Next time in the supermarket, someone bends down, just smack on the ass and say, "I'm so sorry, it's a tick."
I can't. It's a tick. I just had to grab your tit. I couldn't fucking. I'm sorry.
Missed to talk about it.
No.
199. What? No. Well, how days? You don't even know what it is yet. I know it's on the screen, but I haven't read it. Mediocre B. Johnson. Jordan, that's the one. I don't even know what his fucking name is a slightly more talented Will Smith. So, Jedi, you don't agree with this?
I don't agree with that at all. Like, literally just Will Smith's scene in Fresh Prince with his dad. Like, why doesn't he want me, man? That built his whole fucking career. That one scene is like one of the most potent childhoods, like in terms of people who have daddy issues. He fucking knocked it out of the goddamn park with that one. He's way more talented, has more range. And I'm not saying he's like Denzel level, but if we're talking about Michael B. Jordan, Will Smith is better. Sorry.
Yeah, Pursuit of Happiness it's right there. That's all the proof you need.
Boom. I didn't even remember that when I said that, but that one he does a good job. But I always go back to that one Fresh Prince scene. Like it's a comedy show, but it's like one of the most heartfelt scenes on television history. Like him basically going on a rant about how much he doesn't care about his dad abandoning him, and then just breaking down saying, "Why doesn't he want me, man?" And Uncle Phil just being there, ready for the hug. It's like it's perfect television. And I can never say Michael B. Jordan's better than him after that.
What's that movie that he did? It's not a popular movie, and a lot of people dislike it. But I think he was really good in it. It's Collateral Beauty, I think it's called. I think that he was fine in that. Honestly, I think that he was really good in that. He showed off his actual like acting prowess. But I think Will Smith is sort of like Tom Cruise now, where he used to do stuff that showed his range, but nowadays it's just Will Smith acting as Will Smith, except when he's doing his fucking dumbass freestyles where he's like, you can really see his age, man.
I mean, that's fine though, right? But he built up to that, right? There's a portfolio that shows that he has some talent, he has some range compared to Michael B, he hasn't gotten that yet.
I'm sorry, what's the difference between Smokestack and Killmonger? What's the difference? Not much. Like it's
one
just
of them.
in terms of his
One of them just doesn't say "Hey, auntie." That's it. That's
it. Choked his fucking auntie and nobody cared. It's just
two of them are wearing clothes. There you go.
Yeah, he does have presence. I was so fucking bored in Black Panther 2. When he came back, I was like, oh shit, it's Killmonger. Like I kind of grabbed my attention a little bit. He has presence to him, but the talent just doesn't match the praise.
Yeah.
Jetmark Hoffman for $10 mediocre basic Jordal.
Mediocre B. Jordan. I love that.
You guys saw what I sent in the BSUP Discord where he went to fucking In-N-Out and he got swarmed by people after the Oscars.
No, my mom replied, "Yep, they want a new Denzel, but he ain't it." Like it's so true. Yeah. It's just spot on.
Mama's right. Yep.
Even Denzel's son is not the new Denzel.
No,
it's like
no, bro.
Right, no. Like we're not getting a new Denzel. It's not possible.
Yeah, I fucking hate that when it's like, oh, you're gonna be the new. Let's people. It just shits on what Denzel achieved, as if just anyone black and talented could just replicate that.
Jonathan Majors. That's a good example of a great actor, man.
He's way better than Michael B. Jordan, but he smacked his girlfriend, so it's a wrap. You can't do that shit. They'll be smacking bitches in Hollywood, especially as a black dude. You're
unconsensually slapping bitches.
Yeah, watch Magazine Dreams, man. Honestly, a lot of people haven't really watched it because of the controversy, or they sort of just like he disappeared from everyone's peripheral. But Magazine Dreams, I highly recommend it for Jonathan Majors' performance. I think it was really, really good in that.
I'd say if anyone hasn't seen Chronicle, just to watch it as an excuse to see that movie. Michael B. Jordan's in it. He plays a decent role. You've all seen Chronicle, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
What?
I never even heard of Chronicle.
Chronicle, dude.
That might be like one of the essential superhero movies to
It's
watch,
prob-
just because it takes a different turn. It's not
like
stereotypical.
It's like the best non-stereotypical superhero movie. If for people who are for people who are burnt out in superhero movies but still enjoy the concept of people dealing with empowerment and how it affects their lives, Chronicle is a must-watch. I'm shocked you haven't seen it twice.
And it's with that dude, that
Like
British
100%
dude, I forget his
rewatch.
name.
Or sorry, recommendation.
Oh yeah, it's with that British dude too. What's his name again? It's the guy that plays is it in Valerian? Yeah, he plays in Valerian in the City of the Thousand Planets. He also does.
Nobody's
I think
watched
I
that.
just looked at- I have somehow I have seen that film. God knows
How?
why.
Have you seen Valerian and not Chronicle?
I've never even heard of Chronicle, but then
Chronicle
it's
is
like
a must.
2012 this came out, right? So I didn't really exist at that time. Maybe that's why.
I almost guarantee you'd either like it or be interested in it. Like it's for a reference point. It's a movie that you should know exists for sure.
I will add it to my list after One Piece season 2.
It
Denmark
is a
Hoffman
complicated-
for another $10 should be called One Plot Convenience After Another. I mean, that is true. That movie is full of those, but I'm not even sure if that I would say that's the main problem with it. It's just everything about that film sucks balls. Star Games for $6.99 Canadian dollars. I would have said they should make an award ceremony for Lord of Ring ports before realizing that the Xbox One version is the clear winner.
I missed these.
Yes. It's like him following up PS4 versions a close second. I'll take your word for both of those because I'm never fucking playing them. Sorry. Ah, turn it off. What do you think this is? The theater? You can't be doing that. Big T 5090 for $9.99. How do you tell when a movie has good direction versus bad direction? Also, Uninspired, they did a movie where they sent celebrities to a dictator. The Interview, starring Seth Rogen and James Franco in 2014.
I love The Interview. I quote The Interview almost daily, honestly. I had a period back when The Interview was really popping because Sony got fucking hacked by North Korea and everything like that. And I used to watch a ton of Seth Rogen movies. I really like The Interview, despite what people, a lot of people don't like it, but I thought it was funny as shit back then.
I think Knocked Up is one of the most underrated comedies.
Underrated.
Underrated.
It's a very popular comedy. What are you talking
But
about?
people talk about Superbad and Pineapple Express before that. I think Knocked Up is way better than both of them.
I
Jokes,
disagree.
writing, themes.
They're all talked about in the same loop because they all came out in the same era.
I feel like Superbad and Pineapple Express are referenced way more often than Knocked Up. And I think Knocked Up is better than both of them.
Even Bonesaw's writing in the chat said, "This is the end." This is the end also gets referenced way more than Knocked Up. Way more. And This is the end is funny as shit, man.
Yeah,
These
Knocked Up
Hollywood
premise,
Hollywood actors getting dragged to hell is Channing Tatum wearing a gimp suit, being held on a leash by Danny McBride, showing his ass up because he wants to. Oh Lord, watch
And
This Is the End, man. It's fucking
to answer the first question, it's similar to acting. It's when you notice it, pretty much. Like good acting, good directing, it should be seamless. You notice it when it's bad. It'll stand out in a way that just fucks your immersion. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I don't know. It's hard to describe it. I'm not really technical when it comes to directing, but it should be seamless. That's one of the big factors.
I would argue like a sign of good direction is when everything flows together well. So you see harmony not just between like the actors and their chemistry on screen, but there's a harmony with what the movie is trying to tell you on a grander scale with the themes, the tie-in with the cinematography. Like everything comes together nicely. Bad direction you can notice much easier because it feels sloppy. Like there's no cohesiveness. Like there's no there wasn't a big picture in mind before jumping into it. Like The Marvels is a good example of bad direction because you can see that there wasn't a big picture before going into it.
Oh, so Jesus, yeah.
Would you consider, well, on that metric, would you consider Ice Cube's The War of the Worlds as a good as a well-directed movie?
I mean,
It is
like
consistent.
I would find it difficult to say that, oh, you're a director for that movie because all you're doing is sitting in front of a screen. So there isn't really talent that's necessary to do that, right?
What's do you have a pick for like a go-to scene in terms of just everything you want out of directing is represented in this moment, whether it's just a shot or anything like that you think works well?
Al Pacino and Robert De Niro in Heat. I think that's the best example. Like the sit down that they have. That's my example.
I do not, but directing is not my specialty. I more it's yeah, because I'm much more inclined. Because sometimes if it's a writer director, it's easier because I'm focused on the writing anyway.
Mhm.
Does the shot convey what the movie wants me to think, or does the shot convey something which I should actually think? Like the blood on the shield in Falcon and the Winter Soldier for some reason comes to mind. It's like director is working so hard to convince me that John Walker's a villain, and he's fucking not. I don't care what you
Fucking
say.
it up.
Yeah,
But
as if
that's
Captain
sort of bad
America didn't
writing
fucking
as much
line
as
out
it is
people.
bad directing, right? So it's a tricky one. It's more it's like
The
it's that
tie-in
definition
in-
of pornography is that I know it when I see it, but I don't necessarily define it.
The Tywin and Joffrey scene with the fire pillars is a good example of great directing, like including themes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just in terms of the way they frame it. Tywin's
It's
at the
not
bottom
to,
of the
like,
stairs, but
visit
they shoot
technical
it looking
stuff.
up to him. Yeah, it's those
Blocking,
type of
camera angles, like it's just, some horror movies will have pretty good direction in the sense. Yeah, I think Weapons does this to a degree, and that it always finds the most unsettling position for the camera in most of the shots that you get.
Yes. But in terms of camera positioning, I was going to mention the ending of Hard Home has one of my favorite shots of all time. It's the giant. While everyone's panicking to get in the ship, the giant just walks through the water because he's a giant, and he's got zombies on his back that he's like throwing off. And they frame the camera under the water, so you're looking up at him, trying to throw zombies off of his back, like into the water, and you see the splash and everything. It unbelievable effect in terms of the immersion. It makes it look so realistic. I feel if they shot that at a different angle, it could have ruined it completely. So it comes down to the framing and angle a lot of the times.
Just because it's fresh in my mind, I would argue Hot Fuzz has pretty perfect direction from start to finish. Because like everything works together, even the bits that you don't expect would work well are come together. Some of the angles that he chooses to use to kind of highlight what character Nicholas Angel is versus, Danny and the rest of the police crew. So that's a good example of great direction.
They basically make use of those scenes where you get to see the tricycle that inspired him, like the scene where he's traveling to the place.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I was about to say.
You get so much character work in that.
I think about where he's traveling and you just see the bars on his phone just go down.
Yes,
so
exactly. Yeah,
it's telling a story instead of just skipping. You know.
Yeah.
And
also, by the way,
even with him doing the kids, like booking all the kids, it just shows how he fucking treats the work. You get so much character out of the way they do the directing.
Just a little side note for anyone in the chat who loves the Cornetto trilogy, rewatch The World's End, because I know for a fact that a ton of you have not rewatched The World's End, and that movie ages like fine wine.
It does. I rewatched it recently, and it gets better with rewatch.
You see, bro. I've been telling Brooks and Platoon this for like the past 2 years.
I've never even seen it.
I've seen it. What may have seen it twice. It was by some distance my least favorite of the three, but then I haven't rewatched it in years, so it's definitely due for another watch.
It is my least favorite of that trilogy as well, but I didn't think it was that great on first watch, but I've rewatched it about 4 or 5 times since it came out, and it does get better, especially as you get older. You start to resonate with it.
It's more relatable as you're older in terms of the character portrayal. That's kind of
the more you grow, the more the characters you just feel for them. I'd cry more watching The World's End than I would doing Shaun of the Dead. That's
cried during Shaun of the Dead? Hold on.
Bro, dude, Nick Frost, man.
When Ed died.
That was my homie, dude. Like, what do you mean, bro?
Him having to kill his mom.
Come on. Come on, dude. Yeah. And when his dad, bro, and when his mom bro, Vex, you can't say that you didn't cry during Shaun of the Dead, man.
To quote the movie, gay.
Yeah. Percy didn't cry, but they definitely have some heartfelt scenes.
Yeah.
This one from Big T for 199 came in, I think, before we spent an hour answering this question preemptively. But do any of y'all have a book, comic book, manga / VG? I don't know what VG is. VG Rex.
Video game, I think.
I don't know what VG is, but
video game.
Oh, video games.
Okay, video games.
Christ, that's a number of categories.
How do we?
Well, I mean, so book Jurassic Park. If you haven't read it, I think it's fantastic.
That's pretty good.
Comic book Invincible, if you haven't read it, it's fantastic from beginning to end. Or The Walking Dead, I think it's one of Kirkman's best. Manga, I'd probably say One Punch Man because of the superhero dilemma. And video game, I'm a massive fan of Mafia 2. I think it's underrated. Not enough people talk about it. I think Mafia 2 is great. So yeah.
I have an answer for all of these, if I may.
Go ahead.
For book, this is gonna be a hot take. Lolita, it's totally worth reading. All right. For comic book. Also, this is going to be a bit of a weird one, but there was a a character backstory comic book they released for Ghost from Modern Warfare, which was actually like really solid. It was a really solid action comic, so I recommend that. For manga, Monster was even better than the anime, and for video game, Red Dead Redemption, either 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Good selection. Book, fucking anything by Evelyn Waugh or P.G. Woodhouse or Douglas Adams. There's so many more. It's an impossible question. I can't name one. Comic book, never read one. Manga, well, I say I've tried, didn't really work. Manga, never really read any video games. Judas, when it comes out, you can definitely play that, and I'll recommend it maybe.
The thing I'm making.
I'm kind of obliged to recommend it when it comes out.
What the hell's Judas?
I would just say quickly, the manga for Berserk is supposed to be way better than the show, because the show basically cuts you off in a way where you just want to. It's got one of the most horrifying endings. If this was the true ending, but it's like oh my god. Yeah, if it actually ended that way, Berserk could eclipse like Game of Thrones for like the most vicious ending. Crazy. It's pretty rough.
Listen, Berserk incredible, man. Berserk incredible. Look, one of the 2 tattoos I have is a Berserk tattoo, man. Berserk is incredible.
Dark fantasy, like dark medieval fantasy, is hard to pull off, but Berserk is one of the best ones for sure.
Yep.
Also,
well, you haven't even seen. Sorry, go on.
No, finish your thought. Finish your thought.
Well, I was just gonna say, in Berserk, you haven't even seen the arc with the little wasps, and they're basically kid demons, and they're going adult attack, and they start raping each other with fucking stingers.
That just sounds like Berserk, rape and demons and bloodshed and betrayal. I've wanted a payoff to Griffith. Guts and Griffith's beef. I've wanted a payoff for like 15 years to that, because I'm still there like, Griffith, you fuck. Because I've never actually seen the manga, like, unless it's actually good, you know.
The last chapter of the manga dropped, I think, September 11th of last year. That's the last chapter of the manga, and but I do recommend the latter arc of Berserk rather than the arc that everyone knows, which is the one where, of course, Casca, gets graped in front of Guts, and he cuts off his arm. The latter part, the next big arc, I think, is the better written one, and I think that a lot of people don't really talk about it because it's in the manga. It's not been adapted, So
what you just described is extremely sad. So instead of getting to the good part, we stop where the main character literally gets his girl raped in front of him, has to get his eye gouged out, and it ends with him trying to chop off his own arm to attack the dude. Then it just ends. And I'm like, what? What are you supposed to do with this?
You've missed Wild. What's his name? Wild or something like that. He's in a pre-eclipse arc, and he just runs around raping women. So you didn't get to see him. He's in the manga. So
yeah, Berserk gets darker.
Yeah, Guts saves a family, and then 5 seconds later, Wild shows up and just like rapes her. And then he's got the entire village's body parts on spears as he's running after Guts.
That sounds awesome.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, Berserk to me, the reason why I don't recommend it is as a manga is because personally I think it transcends manga. I think Berserk should actually be taught in schools, universities in particular. No, genuinely. I think it's some of the greatest storytelling and greatest usage of manga as a storytelling form. I think Berserk is just on top of everything.
Okay.
Even though I love One Piece, but Berserk is just up there,
Guess I'm gonna be reading that manga then soon.
Yeah, I might even break my no manga habit and give that a shot. Apple Pumpkin for $2. Bareback Mountain. I think that's in relation to horse fucking, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, that was a subject for sure.
Definitely.
Also, real quick, I just want to point out I didn't like the Lolita book because of all the underage sex. It's just it's an interesting look into a truly sick person's mind. That's what makes it so fascinating.
Isn't Jeffrey Epstein's plane called the Lolita Express?
It was the Lolita Express, yeah.
Oh my god.
Nabokov was an excellent writer, okay? Brilliant prose stylist with some questionable tastes. But, he's still enjoyable to read.
There was a manga artist who said, take your sexual frustrations and channel them into your work. And that's why most manga authors are perverts.
Oh, yeah, they're freaks, man. They're some
Yeah,
of the most
well-
perverted people on the planet, and they don't give a fuck. They put it right into their stories.
I forget which famous mangaka, but he had this. Well, he was literally outed as a pedo. I mean, legitimately terabytes of child stuff on his hard drive. Maybe the chat will help me out, but a lot of people came out to defend them, to defend him, including the writer of One Piece, which.
It's only because he's making good stuff. It's the guy who made Made in the Abyss. You cannot convince me that guy isn't a pedo. Because like there's a bit where the girl gets like she gets poisoned and he goes, "You've got to shove this cucumber up her ass." And I'm like, she's about 7 years old. I don't really like where this is going.
Yeah.
You don't see it, but it's like there's a lot. Like she's got to use this alien toilet, and it's like a bunch of tongues. And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
That's
This guy
weird.
needs
Someone
to be
had to make that in their mind.
Bit sketchy.
Not a fan. Moving away from that though, Stein Games for $6.99. I was spoiled in part of Sinners, where John Cena said it's sinning time before sinning all over the place. Forgive me for spoiling for you too. Well, that's okay because the movie sucks, so we don't mind it being spoiled. Captain Bucky O'Hare for £10. Listen, lads, I'm glad the film whose mission statement was black music, black culture, black voices won awards, but its most memorable scene was a white fella singing a very Irish Rocky Road to Dublin.
Pretty much.
It's even funnier because of the 4 Oscars that it won, it went to the whitest of white-looking dudes, like one of them. Like,
that's what I mentioned offline, like fucking Ken winning for Barbie. It's the same shit. It comes down to who performed the best at the end of the day. Nobody cares about the fucking all the racial politics and part of it. And I would argue Life with Martin Lawrence King and Eddie Martin. Why can I never remember the man's name? Eddie
Martin
Murphy
Lawrence
and
King?
Martin Lawrence. Martin Lawrence King. Wow.
King, bro.
MLK, yeah.
Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy. Life. That movie did better portraying black culture and ups and downs than this shitty movie. Like most 90s movies did. They actually have a story to tell. The Sinners was overrated nonsense.
Get my child for $5 I didn't know these happened until I saw it on my work homepage. Anyway, what's your favorite philosophy text? Mine is the Confucian classic Mencius. I studied this for my degree and my first master's, so I don't have one because fuck philosophy. But Marcus Aurelius is a pretty good chap. He can get a lot of useful. Actually, it's rare amongst philosophers. He's actually useful. I would recommend Marcus Aurelius to many people.
I agree. I'm actually reading Meditations right now. It's pretty interesting. It's hard to come on, dude.
Get him, Reaper.
Fucking you reading books, you fucking dork. Fucking break those glasses if I saw you.
Hey, listen, I don't really use glasses, man. These are just for the blue light.
Just for show.
For the bitches.
Just for show.
I got 20/20 vision, man.
Ready for €2. Dominic Cooper in The Devil's Double over mediocre BJ.
Jordan.
Yeah. Well,
Mediocre
mediocre
blowjob.
BJ, I think is better. but,
Yeah. I don't think I've seen The Devil's Double.
I know I haven't seen that, so I can't comment. But Sly Games for $6.99 Markiplier's Iron Lung sequel should be about a girl with a heart made of iron. It should have an original title too. Was thinking Ironheart. Fuck me, that was last year, wasn't it?
it was, yeah.
Such fun times we had.
Are we ever going to see her again? Or,
No.
I fucking hope not. Maybe she'll come back in Doomsday and die in the first 5 seconds.
Probably.
Mulder, if you see this, play Lord of the Ring on PS4. David Smart Jr. for $5. Hail the panel, Little Platoon is top tier. Thank you. I'm glad Weapons won, but I'm so sick of Sinners and one battle after another is trash. Good job, guys. Yeah, I agree with basically. The only person on the panel I think who doesn't agree with that is Vex, because she is wrong about Weapons. But, otherwise, I think we all agree on Sinners and one battle after another. Dragon Balls Double D. Kimchi is also a Korean American drag queen.
Oh my God.
Listen, man, drag queens are cool because whenever you go to a gay bar, they pour your liquor up really, really good.
Why you go
man.
to a gay bar?
Yeah,
These gay
forgot
bars
that
are
part.
fun, man. Honestly,
They are
dude,
quite good fun sometimes.
they're really, really fun. I'm not even gonna lie, man. Like as a straight man, I go to a gay bar. I know that they're gonna serve the liquor like there's no tomorrow.
You do realize that that's a contradictory statement. So, as
Hold
a straight
on.
man, I have
There
gay
is some
sex.
truth here because a lot
Gay
of
bars are
straight
fun.
women like going to gay bars.
Oh fuck
No,
yeah!
you get-
Yes,
it's-
most of
it's-
the clientele of gay bars in London is straight women.
There you go.
Oh.
It's the free drinks that you get. Like they will go and like buy you drinks, that type of thing. I've heard that from a lot of people who go.
But
Yeah, 'cause,
Oh,
the
I-
actual
drag
gay people
queen-
there tend to be pretty insufferable, but the straight women there are quite good fun. But no, because I went to, what was it, Heaven, when that was still a thing in London? And as a joke, because it's ironic, I was there with a straight female friend and I said, she went to the toilet and I said, don't get raped. And the joke is, it's a gay bar, so it's not going to happen. But because gay people are insufferable, I got told off in the smoking area for making a rape joke.
Dang.
Oh, jeez.
Dude,
No,
gay bars in France are cool as fuck, man. Gay people here are really, really chill. I chill with like a ton of lesbians, man, and like they're all really, really fun to go out and enjoy time with, man.
Mhm. Now, I remember talking to some girls over here in Toronto area, and they started going to the gay bars because there were too many people of a certain brown ethnic color that were too handsy at the straight ones.
Yeah, it's true. Mhm.
Oh no, I skipped that one accidentally. Platoon, what if Ryan Johnson was given a leadership role at Lucasfilm and the only way to undo it is to eat steak? Shout out to those who know. You're misremembering that I don't hate steak. I
Yeah,
just said
and I don't
steak is
hate chicken.
overrated. That's what I said.
Yeah.
And I stand by it. But obviously I would eat a steak. I would eat a steak made out of Ryan Johnson to get rid of
What?
Ryan Johnson from Lucasfilm.
Johnson's liver. Yeah, if you gather that he hates steak and I hate chicken, like that's not what the conversation was about. We were just talking about the merits of both. I can't believe that's aged this way. That was brought up on EFAP too one time. Like as I'm leaving, the steak debate comes back on.
Yeah.
That was so funny. Oh,
Dr.
shit.
Fraser Crane for $2. UK cuisine explains global empire building. It does. And we were very good at it. And then we got all of your weird foreign foods and now we're shit at it again. So what does that say about your diets?
Mm.
Man, the
Evidently.
East India Trading Company went there to get some spice, man. You guys needed
Yeah, you guys
flavor for
don't
your
fucking
food. I'm
season
telling
anything.
you.
That's your big problem.
Well, we
Yeah.
did, but then we started seasoning everything, and now look at us.
Mm.
Like, we have 2 ships in our navy. We can't do empire anymore, so the food has made us fat and lazy. But how do you feel about onions? Not a fan of onions, but I can tolerate them in certain sauces. Otherwise, onions are disgusting and should not be present in half the things they're in.
Onions are incredible. And
Yeah.
by themselves, they're way too bold of a flavor, but they blend with everything else. They elevate everything: chicken, onion, or steak, anything you could possibly think of.
Onion
Yeah, I know.
elephants.
Yeah, onions elevate onions too. Yeah.
Dude, it's true.
But no,
man.
there's even a
That's-
saying in cooking. You work around kitchens. You chop up some garlic and onion, then you decide what you're gonna make.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Does it
mhm.
go
Why?
together?
Why would you do that? That's insane.
Onions are
That's
so
your
good,
taste.
man. Yeah,
You
it's
just have a bag of onions and just eat them.
Yeah. I got a big bag of red onion. No, not like fucking apple. You chop them up, and then you decide what you're gonna make. This guy thinks we're just eating onions like this is holes. Calm down, bro.
dude. Yeah, Brooks, red or white onion? I'm on red onion side. man.
Red. What the fuck is a white onion? What's the point? Like the red
Dude,
just
white-
has
white
all
onion-
the flavor in it. Yeah.
So
White
like, the
onion's
red-
better for caramelized onions, but
Yes.
red onion is better for everything else.
Yeah,
And yellow
100%.
onion.
Yes.
Yep. Yellow onion. What the fuck
And
is
Regs
that?
is apparently he says he can taste it in everything, and it's like no, you haven't had French like soup and all the different ways.
Yeah.
You can
Mhm.
you can transform an onion and make it into so many different type of flavors. You really
Yeah.
can.
It's a fucking
Yellow onion is
butterfly.
what they put in all like the curries and stuff. It's
Yeah.
not as
Oh,
strong
okay.
as red onion, but it's not as muted as white onion. It's kind of a in between.
Red onion for the win, man. Honestly.
Onions are for homeless people.
Big T for $4.99. Jedi quote from Modern Family. It's a French Canadian dish called poutine. Well, it looks like vomit, so I'm not poutine it in my mouth.
Oh!
It's true. It's true. It does look like a big bowl of slop.
It
But I
does.
think that's what's so wholesome about it. It's delicious and filling, and it's
Oh, it
just
is.
it's so simple.
You cannot go wrong with chips
Oh.
and gravy and cheese.
You know what I love putting in my poutine? Onions. Fucking throw those onions in that bitch, and you're good.
they're getting creative with poutines over here in Canada. Like we have like butter chicken poutines and
Yeah.
like pulled pork poutines. It's
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
actually remix it really well.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, pulled pork
Spices.
poutine actually sounds really nice, man.
It sounds
It-
sexual.
Delicious. You can't really go wrong with chips and gravy and melted fries. Whatever you do with that's gonna be pretty good.
Mhm.
Or melted cheese. Sorry.
Big T for another $4.99 uninspired. Who do you think Luffy's mum is? I think it could be Tritoma. Also, who should they cast as Blackbeard, Whitebeard, and Hancock?
Ooh, this is actually very tough. In terms of who I think Luffy's mom is, I wouldn't agree or disagree with you. I genuinely have not put any thought into who Luffy's mom is. I don't even think that they're going to show us who Luffy's mom is. For those of you who aren't familiar, for all of you who aren't familiar with One Piece, Ichiro Oda doesn't really show mothers that much. It's more so father figures. Mothers are mostly either dead or dying.
What?
No, seriously. Like every time you see a
Such a
mom in
strange-
One Piece, they're either dead or dying. It's crazy.
Is there a
So,
reason?
yeah.
Like, or is it like actually a bias?
Not really. You just. I mean, no, there's no reason. He's never given any reason, I think, but he just genuinely never shows mom. They're more so a compliment to the character and what they've become is because of the death of their mother or because of tending to their sick mother. So for example, Sanji in season 2, he has a speech with Nami where he's talking about his mother that he used to take care of when she was sick, and that's what got him into cooking and stuff like that. It's a very heartfelt scene, but I honestly don't know who Luffy's mom would be. I legitimately have no idea. And who should play Blackbeard, Whitebeard, and Hancock? It's really tough, man. Hancock should be someone incredibly beautiful with some big boombas, that's for sure, because that's how she is. That's how she is in the anime and the manga. But I don't know. Sydney Sweeney could never fucking pull it off. I think they should get someone who's a bit more tan than Sydney Sweeney for Hancock. I don't have any ideas in mind. Blackbeard is gonna be tough because not only do they have to find someone who's quite fat, like an actual fat actor, unless they put on a fat suit for him, but they also have to find someone who's fat, brown, or black, and that can really convey the gravitas that Blackbeard has. Someone says Will Smith. Fuck no. But honestly, I legitimately haven't put any thought in this. But Big T, you know what? I'll get back to you. And I'll in the next BSUP, I'll actually look this down and I'll write it down and make myself a mental note to say it. So next BSUP, don't send in a super chat for this question. I'll remind myself and I'll tell you the next BSUP, honestly. Because right now on the spot, I can't think of any proper actors to play these 3 characters. So yeah, dude, 100% next week, I'll give you a list of those 3. So don't send in a super chat. Either I'll tap it to you in the chat privately, or I'll just say it on stream at the beginning.
But you could be monetizing people for your memory. Why are you remembering things for free? What are you? Some kind of decent human being? God,
Maybe.
on the internet? It's impossible.
Maybe. I'll write it down.
Joey Bag of Donuts for $4.99. I get why you guys hate Attack on Titan's ending, but for me, there are too many payoffs for too many side characters for me to not like it. I never liked Eren, though.
I fucking thought Eren was the most annoying protagonist in any anime I'd ever seen. And then he has a time skip that turned him into the most fucking interesting. Like Darth Eren is awesome. He's such a cool character. And then he gets completely obliterated by one line at the ending. So there are a lot of payoffs. It's like when people compare it to Game of Thrones and shit, I'm like, that's nonsense. It's bullshit. There's a lot of good payoffs. It's worth it, but it's extremely convoluted. And the main character, depending on your interpretation, gets fucking obliterated. When I think of season 4, I think of the payoff with him meeting Reinar. I put that on par with Hank and Walt in the garage scene in Breaking Bad. That face off that they have, where all the tension of that scene. Eren versus Reinar is like the same thing of holy fuck, this is the perfect payoff after all these seasons. You can't ignore those things. You just can't. All the stuff with Marley, I think really worked, but then it gets super convoluted. And it just everyone's gonna have a different opinion on it.
I honestly hated Eren the entire 3 seasons. He was a fucking bitch,
Whiner.
just like Tanjiro from Demon Slayer, just a fucking bitch crying all the
crying.
time.
And season 3, all he did was cry.
God.
He literally cried the entire season, just whining
then-
like a bitch.
Yeah, and then season 4 is like, yeah, this dude is
fucking-
actually cool now. He's crazy. He's good. Like, I'm locked in. And then the last, oh my, I haven't even watched the end of season. I read the manga, and the last when he starts whining like a fucking bitch again, dude. I hate that dude, man. I despise him with a passion. It's crazy.
I agree.
They made him. Okay, he went from being lame and generic to unbelievably interesting and cool.
Mhm.
Even the time skip, him being jacked made sense. He suggested that they build the train so they can get in shape because he was planning the invasion of Marley the entire time. So you see a fucking jacked, badass version of this pussy kid that you couldn't stand, and you're all on board. He's lost.
He
it
had
completely.
drip, man. Aaron had drip.
Yeah, man. Darth
Mhm,
Aaron was the
mhm.
man, and what did they fucking do to them? It's just. Yeah, I just to see that alone, I think it's still worth it. The rise and fall of Aaron's character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And literally
it's
the whole anime is really good, except for that one scene where he cracks down. Like, I can work with everything else except for that one scene.
Seriously.
He basically explains, I fucking hate you. You disgust me. And what it is weakness. Weakness is something that disgusts me. And you embody that in terms of Mikasa. I'm like, that lines up with his whole character. He's treated this bitch like shit the entire show. This makes sense. And then they're like, oh no, he was in love with her the whole, like, fuck off.
It's like, no,
it's so lame.
I did it all for you.
Go
Mikasa.
dark, man.
I'm
I'd
a
rather
simp.
him. Yeah,
Oh,
I'd rather
get
him
the
be a
fuck outta
monster.
here, Aaron.
Yeah, I'm fucking pissed off just talking about it.
Seriously, it
You had
genuinely
something
pisses me
so
off,
cool.
man.
Yeah, they had like the coolest character ever, and they turned him into a pussy.
Mm-hmm.
Joey for $10. ReZero is an awesome anime, the anti-power fantasy. I've never heard of it. Anyone seen it?
I've heard of this, and
Uh,
I've heard good things about this. Haven't watched it yet.
It's called ReZero, so it's an isekai. So he ends up in another world, and unlike other fantasies, he basically gets he has the power to come back from death. So it's him basically being brutally murdered over and over and over again as he tries to find like the right way to solve whatever situation he's in. It's a really good anime.
Okay.
I think season, but yeah, it's like first season, like. Because he can't tell anyone his power, so like a lot of shit, like he has to like use his brains. He's got absolutely no powers. He literally is he just can reset from a checkpoint and keep his memories, and that's it. But yeah, it's really good. Season 4 is about to come out.
Season 4, damn.
Hmm.
I thought there were only 2 seasons.
This
No,
may
there's
be.
Sorry, go on.
Oh, I was just going to move on, but no, carry on.
No, I was just saying, it's really good. Season 2 is excellent because the problem is in season 1 they set Rem up to be the best girl ever. Like she does a big confession and everything, and he just goes, "Nah, I like the half elf girl more." And I'm like, "Oh god, that's horrendous." But yeah, it's honestly, guys, give it a watch. Really good character work and everything.
Okay. Apparently, I should not give Attack on Titan a watch according to this next super chat because hot take, I don't like Attack on Titan. First 3 seasons were a slog to get through. It felt like reading a rule book of a convoluted tabletop board game every episode. The ending was dog shit. Don't bother Platoon.
It's a lazy ass
Dang.
comment. That's fucking lazy.
So-
I think the politics and the character work in the first 3 seasons are fantastic, and the reveals. In terms of it's underrated as a mystery show. In terms of the reveal of the basement and whatnot, and all the revelations of that, I just completely disagree. You could have just summed this up as you found it boring. I did not.
In defense, oh, go ahead, Felix.
No,
go
no,
ahead.
no, no, no. Go, Vix.
Oh no, just in slight defense of that, because I'm kind of on the same page as Brooks here. I can see why the second season would be boring because it is just all character work, especially with where season 1 leaves off and the build up in the second half of the first. But then you get to season 3, and it's literally
Thank you,
like
Vex.
you're just like you're fucking rock hard.
Thank
for
you.
12
Let
episodes.
me. You know what?
Great.
I should re-answer that better for that dude who super chatted. Season 1, you're fucking all on board. Season 2, you're like, what the fuck is this? This is not what I thought this show was. Fuck this. You rewatch season 3. I'm sorry, you watch season 3, and it makes you want to rewatch season 2 to get a better understanding of all the setup and payoff. And then you watch season 4, and it makes you want to rewatch season 1 because you realize they've had this plan from the very fucking beginning. It's actually very strong. The writing is
Yeah,
on point.
I think there's
Mm.
a strong case to be made that people that don't like Attack on Titan just don't like
Understand
thorough
it.
storytelling.
Yeah.
Is more of the thing because it's a lot of world building and it's a lot to get invested in. Like how Lord of the Rings does a ton of world building in the books, right? So I can get if you're not on board with that much, but I would say from a storytelling aspect and from building up characters and to having like clear, concise themes that get followed through, like it's kind of like up there as like an example of masterclass storytelling for the most part.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think season 2 is where it really it was too slow for me. So I can agree with your super chat in terms of season 2 specifically, but season 3 and season 1 I think are pretty solid. But the ending, yeah, we all agree that it's trash.
Mhm.
I'm gonna check it out at some point.
It's
'cause-
100% worth checking out.
Yes, unlike
yeah,
Cynic,
what does
I watch,
Cynic
I
think of
watch the
this?
things that I'm supposed to be watching for my fucking job.
Finish him.
Cynic, are you
Little-
Cynic, you still here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
just checking, man. Just checking.
What's up, dude?
What's up?
We were just roasting you for fucking watching One Piece over fucking Dunk and Egg and all the other things you gotta partake in. One
Well,
Piece of all the things. Jesus Christ.
it's entertaining though.
No, yeah,
Mhm.
I respect the quirkiness. I just, if this season 2 is as good as you guys say it is, maybe I'll check it out again. But I just doesn't really do it for me.
Kick the ladder for $2. Heart emoji, short and sweet.
Aw.
I think you can type those. Oh no, because we can't see them if you type those. So you did well. Congratulations. You figured out StreamYards before I did. Blue Fox Fluffer. That's the one for $1.99. Code Geass. Yeah, I had a friend who I used to watch a load of anime with who really likes Code Geass, but he got further ahead than I did, so I didn't catch up. But it's been on my list for fucking years as one I probably will check out at some point because isn't there like the Holy Britannian Empire in that? That sounds cool. I'm on
Yeah.
board.
Yeah,
with,
it's America.
I'm on board
for
with
some
that.
reason.
Oh, yeah, but if
With
it's
Lelouch.
British now, then technically we win still. So
Yeah, well, they
I
call like
heard good
they
things
took
about it.
over Japan. They call it like was it 11s? It's like Area 11 or something like that. That's what
Okay.
Japanese people are called anyway. It's got basically one of the most iconic endings of everything.
oh.
Yeah.
I've heard great things about it. I have a friend who's obsessed with it.
And it has mechs, which are not dumb. So that's good. I'll check that out. Wild Warlock 1896 for 5 asses. You guys all need to watch the Big Les Show. Best Aussie anime. Real characters living their lives in a tough world.
Actually, this is really funny. I have watched an episode of this. I just haven't gotten back to it, but it's pretty funny. I do recommend this as well.
Cynic, you seen the Big Les Show?
I have not, but that sounds great.
Dude, the Big Les Show is you can find it. I think you can find it on YouTube. It's
on
a-
YouTube, yeah.
it's a strong recommend, man. Yeah.
Ted Phoenician for $10. This is a reference. Boromir fought bravely. Boromir fought honorably. Boromir died. True.
Yeah, but Robert got skewered by a fucking pig.
You can't
So,
talk about
you
the
know-
pig. Prime Robert would have fucking uppercut that pig, okay? Like, you can't talk about the old
how
man
do you know?
and his wine.
How do you know? It could have been the world's biggest pig. He could have fucking done him in. Right?
Fuck that boar. Screwed everything up.
His wine had also been
Exactly,
basically
Lancel.
spiked.
Lancel pissed in his wine. Everyone forgets.
Boromir got shot twice by arrows and he was still kicking ass. But fucking Robert couldn't handle a little poison brew. Fucking
Little cum in his wine and he fucking boops. Can't.
Star Games. I will be the last supper cat again today. Not yet, you won't. We're nearly there, though. We'll probably be finished by tomorrow. Chad Sumeru for €5. Only decent recent shonen are Summertime Rendering and Jigo Kuraku. Fight me. No
Summertime
idea.
Rendering is
I'm
pretty
writing
good.
these down.
I
Hold
like
on.
it.
it's similar to like it's got that ReZero thing of it's like Groundhog Day where he dies and yeah. Although it's got a bit more mystery, it's got like shadows and shit, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit more. Yeah, Summertime Rendering. I think is pretty good. I haven't heard of. Well, I've heard of Jigaraki, but I haven't seen it. So yeah, but in terms of modern shonen, I don't know. I don't think I've kept up with any new shonen that have been releasing. I think I've been more on the seinen wave. Well, I think everyone's been more on the seinen wave nowadays with JJK and all that stuff. If you consider JJK as seinen, that's pretty much seinen is taken over shonen because people think that seinen is deeper, but it's sort of the issue with the boys where the boys is just like it's the novelty of having that, the R-rated stuff. That's kind of what seinen has become, modern seinen at least.
Which one is, because I'm vaguely familiar with the concept of shonen. What is a seinen?
So shonen is basically much more like One Piece, because it's called shonen because it's published in Shonen Jump, so it's a bit more PG-13.
Okay.
And seinen is the stuff that's sort of more R-rated.
More mature. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Sty Games, I will remain the final supper cat of today. Not yet, you won't still. Sty Games again, who is a better actor, Gal Gadot or Ice Cube?
Ice Cube.
Oh, Ice
Ice
Cube,
Cube.
hands
That
down.
was really, really quick, but you're probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's okay in the Friday films. He's tolerable.
He's tolerable
And
in
he
the
has other
He's good in the Friday films, man. He's great.
Well, it's not really a hard character to play. He's playing like a teenage him almost, just on the block. It's Friday films are fun, but most of it is carried by the other characters, like Chris Tucker and come on now. But
true.
he's still way better than Gal Gadot. Like she's
Ice Cube is like the cherry on top. Like you can go without it, but when you get it, it's pretty nice. There you go.
he's fun, man.
I love Ice
Oh,
Cube in
Gal.
Anaconda.
Gal's great. What are we talking about? She's fantastic. She
carried
elevates every
Snow White.
production she's in.
Definitely carried Snow White.
Oh, she certainly did that. Yes.
Mhm.
James Busher for £5. Did anyone see Project Hail Mary yet? And thoughts? If so, sorry if you've already mentioned them. 35 minutes behind. I've not seen it yet. Has anyone seen it?
Nope. I'll be going this
No.
weekend.
It's not
Okay.
out yet, is it?
I think it is in some markets, but I don't know.
Yeah.
How's Drinkers seen it so early?
Well, you
Didn't
went
you
to
go
the
to the
premiere.
Invited.
screening?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know Mauler was seeing it at some point this week. He might have seen it by. Is it Sunday today? What day are we? Oh, it's
We're
Monday. What the
Monday.
fuck am I talking
Monday.
about? Jesus Christ. Someone said, I think it's out now, is the point I'm making. I'll see it this week at some point.
Oh, you guys are
Um,
lucky, man. You guys are getting it this week. I'm only getting it on the 25th, so I'm getting it next Wednesday.
Oh,
Mm.
I assume I'm seeing it this week.
I think it's only early screenings are out yet because I don't think it's had a proper full North American release.
Fair enough. In which case, I'll be seeing it at some point in the next 2 weeks, maybe. I've heard mixed things. Some people say it's really good.
Yeah,
trailers
I'm
didn't
hearing
do
mixed
anything
things
for me, but I guess we'll see. Sean Callaway for $5. Pineapple pizza sweet savory argument. There's a reason salt is in the recipe for cookies along with sugar.
Exactly. Even in cocktails, some cocktails require a little bit of salt because it's going to elevate the ingredients. It helps you taste. Salt is a weird
Wow.
ingredient, but
That's wrong.
no,
Yeah, it's just
even-
objectively wrong.
no. You have a margarita
No.
and you have that little pinch of salt. It elevates the.
I don't
elevates the
have
flavor.
margaritas. I'm not. I'm not a woman. I don't drink
Get the
margaritas.
fuck out of here. Enjoy your wine by the fire.
drink-
Reaper.
Wine. Wine tastes like vinegar. I can't get into wine.
Neither can I.
It depends on the wine, but a lot of wine does taste like vinegar, and
Well, mine's
the expensive
pub
ones are not
wine.
worth it.
Shitty pub wine that's been left by a fire.
Yeah,
the only
that's
one
gonna
that has.
taste fucking rank, but it's the kind of thing to have after you've got drunk on other things. That's also the best bit of advice in the Bible. Jesus recommends that advice.
Man, he must have been like absolutely smashed all the time. His blood's wine.
Probably, yeah. I thought, oh, he can't get drunk, which is the ultimate tragedy. No wonder he wanted to fucking die. Leave a smart genie for $5. What movie do each of you like, but it's shit? For me, some goddamn reason, I like the movie Gunpowder Milkshake and The Boys. I know it's trash, guys. So a movie you like that you know is shit.
Batman and Robin.
The Madam Web.
Madam Web's a good shout.
Easy.
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison's a
Madison
good
is
movie.
good
Hold on.
movie. Yeah.
That's an actual good movie.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's an actual good comedy. There
No,
you go.
I love it. It's fantastic. It's not a good movie.
I used to say Freddy vs. Jason, but the fucking corn raper debate on EFAP really elevated that movie for me. It's actually pretty as strong as it could have possibly been. And there's some decent writing in it compared to the other ones. So that's
Yeah.
definitely a movie that I love. For
Any
sure.
of the Star Wars prequels can go in that list as well, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty shit,
Yeah,
but
Revenge of
I
the
love
Sith's
them.
pretty shit, but I
Pick
do
a
enjoy it.
slasher movie.
Any slasher movie.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Any Nightmare on Elm Street.
It sucks and I love it. Just pick
But
it.
yeah, someone in the chat said League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I'll have to second that, and I'll
I
also
agree
have to
with that one.
second
Oh,
Jurassic
yeah.
Park 3. Yeah, I love Jurassic Park 3. Actually, Jurassic Park 3 is the one I've watched the most because that's the only one I had on DVD growing up. So
I rewatched them all in preparation for Rebirth or Afterbirth, whatever the fuck it's called. Jurassic Park 3 is better than The Lost World.
Thank
I
you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I
Yes.
prefer the first half of The Lost World, but then it falls apart completely in the second half to where I have to concede the third one overall is better.
Yeah.
I'll take the first half of The Lost World over the third one, though.
I'll take
Why
the
is
third one.
Malcolm's daughter black, though? I've been wondering that my whole life. Why
don't
is
know.
it's the most random casting ever? Why is she black? It just complicates things.
But she also used gymnastics to kick the Raptors. Dude.
Don't you fucking get me started on
That
that.
is
Raptor.
actually
That
one
is
of the
like
best
shit.
scenes in the entire franchise.
my
to be honest.
fucking
So-
origin
God.
story. That was the
No.
moment as a child I started being more critical about things. Like that was literally it. My awakening. Like, no, you just fucked the movie. So we could just kick Raptors across the fucking screen now. Why should I be afraid? It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
I love that even the John Williams soundtrack recognizes how shit that is as well. It's like, you can sometimes tell because when she does it, the music, like, because John Williams is one of the most evocative film composers there is, and the music that accompanies that is just dun
Dun,
dun
dun,
dun
dun,
dun
dun.
dun.
Yes, it's
dun,
so lame. It's like he
dun.
just wrapped it up too. It's like, oh, whatever. This one doesn't need to be epic. That's so true, man. It's such a lame little fucking soundtrack that they throw in. And the entire scene is just awkward.
Oh god, it is. Mexican American Bale for $2. Vex should play as Boa Hancock.
Vex, that's a
then-
compliment, man. Bo Hancock is considered as the most beautiful woman in the entire One Piece universe.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess I thought it was just because I have tits, but thank you either way. I appreciate that.
I thought she was
It's a
brown.
mix of both. It's a mix of both, you know.
Boa Hancock.
Star Games will
Whoa,
find-
she's got some tits too, Vex. You can do that. You have tits, right? You can do that. Oh, you can't even see it. Just pure
Oh
glare.
no, kind of can, but
Mhm.
not very easily. I think we'll just have to Google that for research
Mhm.
purposes later. Star Games for $5 Jedi, what if Platoon shut down all steak manufacturing companies in the world, and the only way to undo it is to eat chicken?
Then I'd eat some chicken. I could eat some chicken right now. I'm hungry. I don't hate chicken.
The
My whole
easiest
point,
fucking
yeah.
trolley problem in the world.
Fucking simple. I'll have some chicken right now, please. Boiled or jerked or whatever. I think chicken's great. I just think steak is a little bit more reliable because you don't need seasoning for it. A lot of the flavor is already in there with the fat. Salt, pepper, you're good. Chicken requires a little bit more work.
Steak sucks.
Shut
Yeah.
your mouth, Reaper.
Oh, dude,
So much
steak
effort.
is delicious.
I
man.
love what I love doing is chewing on the same piece of meat for half an hour. not
That's
being
because you
able to
can't cook
swallow.
steak. Your steak
Well,
is shit.
you're cooking your steak well done, dude.
Look at
No
his
shit,
exactly.
dude.
Look at that face. That is the face of a man that knows what you're talking about.
Angry.
It's nonsense. Look at
Dude,
you.
my dad, my
Medium
father
well.
is a professional chef who's worked in Michelin star restaurants, dude.
And he knows
Even
the difference
I can
between an
cook a fucking
overcooked.
steak, man.
Yes, you know about medium well versus fucked.
Dude,
Like, you
yeah.
gotta make
If
sure
you
it's
want to
on
chew
point.
on fucking rubber, cook your
Yeah.
steak well done. That's for sure. So if you want to do steak temps, use this muscle in your hand. Okay. So you do this. It's I forget which one. So
I
this is
forget
like
every time too.
this
Somebody
is
will
like
tell you.
raw, and after that it goes. The more you go, the more cooked your steak is.
Yeah,
so
like
you can
this is
feel it
well
by
done or
touch.
some shit, and then this
Exactly,
is medium.
yeah.
So
What- this
medium
is
should-
like-
yeah.
Exactly. This is like basically raw, and then after that you just go by moving your fingers, and then you.
So
Hold
We're doing
on.
sign
Taking
language.
notes.
We're
Taking
doing
notes.
sign language. Honestly, just watch a video on making a medium rare. So it'll change the way you view steaks.
I
It's like you
don't
can-
want
it
a
melts in
food
your
that
mouth.
requires a fucking codex to cook properly. I
No,
don't need
it requires
things that,
5
oh, well,
minutes
make
and
sure
patience.
it's like 3 little
Dude.
fingers and a ring finger. And it's, what the fuck are you talking about?
listen.
The
Steak
sign
takes
language confused them.
7 minutes to cook steak. First, you sear it, boom, boom, left and right, done. And then either if your oven is on, you put it in the oven. If not, you just continue searing it just for a bit, and you make sure that it's a bit red, pink, nice and
Don't
pink.
forget
in
the
middle.
butter base. Butter base.
Exactly,
base that
butter,
bitch.
and then you boom, 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 done. You put a little rosemary with the butter, nice flavor, done. Salt, pepper.
I'm
Simple.
starting to understand why British food is so bland.
It's
Um,
just no, yeah, everything. They all these are too many steps for the British. Like, no, I'll just boil it. Thank you very much. I'll eat it with a fucking potato, maybe some beans. Jesus, the sear.
Bland
Thank you. The
steak.
sear is the most important.
Steak
Fucking-
is the most blandest food I've ever eaten in my
Oh.
life.
Oh man, I feel sorry for you, Reaper. The rabbi, you're not eating good over there.
Fuck it, if we carry, we're never going to get out of here. No, we're moving on from steak. This should just carry on forever. Platoon, what if James Gunn received a leadership role at DC and the only way to undo it is for all his DCU projects to fail? Oh, wait. Yeah, we'll find that out after Supergirl and then Clayface, and then he'll be gone forever, probably. Jock Zulu for $2. The Big Les Show was created on Microsoft Paint. I love it. You can do good things with any means.
It's entertaining as fuck, man.
Is that the Donnie and Clarence one where he does boxing in the gym?
I'm not too sure.
Because there's I think it's I think it is actually. He calls like Donnie Clarence. He basically beats the shit out of him in a gym.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen that episode, man.
Watch it. It's a good clip.
It's the one that with those dudes that look like the literal fucking yetis. That's the Big Les Show.
Yeah. One of them's a yeti. Like one of them's like an alien though.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
he just beats the shit out of him.
Sorry, I gotta read this out. Reaper eats haggis. Who cares what he thinks? You're eating haggis right now. Don't lie. Is there anything that's more like? I know, but it's still funny. Just fucking with Reaper. I call him Rabbi Reaper.
Weird. Like haggis is like it's unidentifiable meat shoved in a sheep's stomach, and it's like. Well, I guess it's disgusting enough for me not to care what's inside it.
No.
So
poutine looks better than haggis and sounds better for sure.
Sly Games for $2 Canadian. No prior Supercat. I will finalize the Supercat. Not yet. You won't. We're still going. Sly Games, wine. We can talk candidly now. Yes, we can. Gollum reference. What a fucking line that is. I do love though that Gollum is more culturally impactful than the movie that just won the Oscars. That's. Sly Games for another $5 Canadian. Vex cannot play Boa Hancock because her profile pic suggests that she is a sandwich from Subway, which is physically incapable of playing Boa Hancock.
I think the most insulting part of that entire super chat is that you think my sandwich is from Subway. Like, bruh.
Subway sandwiches, like Subway bread in America at least, Subway bread isn't even considered as bread by the FDA, man. That's crazy.
Dude, their tuna isn't even fish. There's not even fish in their tuna. Like
it's just some random ass bullshit, man. It's crazy. No shit. I mean, what would you expect from a company that hires Jared Fogle, man?
Cryo Drake for $5. Is Van Helsing bad? I know it didn't make a lot, but I honestly think it's good, or at the very least a solid OKB movie. Thoughts? I found that was just like entertaining, schlocky, but fundamentally well intentioned, and I enjoyed it.
That's pretty much the most common take, that it's kind of campy, but it's fun, and a lot of people like the design of the werewolf.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I personally think it's some of the best modern werewolf transformation ever. Legitimately. I think it's if I had to ask someone, well, if I had to show someone a prime example of what a werewolf should look like in movies, it would be Van Helsing every single time.
Better than Underworld?
Better, 100% better than Underworld, dude.
Underworld leans on CG way too much for it. But they do they mix practical with Van Helsing at the very least.
I thought they mixed practical in Underworld. In my memory of Van Helsing,
I think it might be the
CGI.
First Underworld that they do. I think they lean more on CGI as it goes on. It's been so long since I've seen those. Though.
I only think of the first one. If I reference Underworld, I'm referencing the first one.
So like the first Underworld, they had the guys in the costumes, but you could tell because the top of the costume was so bulky that they couldn't move. So the werewolves weren't even imposing. Whereas with Van Helsing, you get the best of both worlds. So you get a costume that moves, and then the CG people also understand how to make it move like a interesting and terrifying and supernatural creature. So I have to agree with Tur on that, even though I'm not a huge fan of Van Helsing.
Mm-hmm.
What?
It's too campy for me. I think I like the idea, I like the intent, I like the aesthetic, but I can't watch that film willy-nilly
and take it seriously.
It's very campy.
Just before we read the super chat, I will say very controversial opinion maybe. Van Helsing is my favorite Stephen Sommers movie, and honestly, I cannot rewatch The Mummy because I get bored rewatching The Mummy.
Really?
What?
Boo this man.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. You can boo me, man. I agree, man. But it's weird.
The Mummy Returns, maybe, but The Mummy that's some classic shit.
I've legitimately tried to rewatch it 3 times in the past year, and I can't get past like an hour 15. Like I get bored.
You know what? Your age is showing. For the first time, your age is showing.
Young man, take a seat.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree, man. For sure, I don't disagree. But I used to like it as a kid, but then growing up, like rewatching it now, I just can't get through it for some reason. I don't know why. Legit, I don't know why. Seriously, it's weird. It's very, very weird.
I think your stock, where chat is concerned, has just plummeted. So
Oh.
you might not be back next week with a take like that, but I suppose we'll see.
Like The Mummy is like one of the few films that capture that Indiana Jones type energy while doing its own thing, and that type
I
of
don't
adventure is
disagree.
rare to find.
I do not disagree with any of that. I just think, I don't know, for me, the pace, there's an issue with the pacing for me. And I still cannot, like, I can't pinpoint what it is specifically. It's weird. It's very weird. That's why I said very controversial opinion.
I gotcha.
Sty Games for $2 Canadian have Supper Cat will finalize. Eventually, you will. Eventually. One day. Joey Bag of Donuts for $1.99. Reaper, give us a story, please.
That's so random. Are you sure that can go anywhere?
Can't really think on the top of my head.
Tell us the story of how Steak betrayed you. Like, what the fuck?
Well, I know there's a lesbian I know who sucked someone's dick for 3 years to pay for a university degree.
What the fuck?
Then after he bought her a car, moved in with her, got her everything, she went, "I'm a lesbian," and dumped him, which is quite funny.
That's the game. That's the game.
I've never been convinced that lesbians actually exist.
I'm saying
I think that they're all like that.
Like, would you go, "I'm going to have sex with a guy for 3 years to pay for my college and then move on"? No, a straight guy doesn't do that, but a woman will.
Huh.
She's also incredibly fat.
Okay, now you're making me think lesbians are real. Sty Games for $2 Canadian Platoon. What if steak and only undo is steak? Well, it sounds like I'm in an eternal recurrence of steak, so I'm going to be stuck frying it for the rest of my fucking life. Wild Warlock for 10. Fuck me. Steak is easy as to cook. I work in a pub kitchen. If I couldn't cook a medium rare rump steak, not a Mediterranean rare rump steak, I would get lynched. How is Aussie food derived for you bland Brits? Kangaroo is hard to cook well, though. I'll take your word for that.
I don't know, man. Aussie food, I guess the only Aussie food I've eaten is ostrich eggs. And those are pretty decent. I don't know if it's specifically from Australia.
Aren't ostrich eggs supposed to be like massive?
They are huge. Yeah, I've held an ostrich egg.
Really huge. Well, I used to have them as decorations in my house, man. But yeah, they're really really nice eggs. You can make a huge omelet from them.
And for now, at least, finally, Sty Games. Also, I am last. Supper Steak. I mean, Supper Cat. Yes, you are. Oh no, he's not the last one. It's not. No. We'll round up the rest of them after we found out what everyone is doing with their lives this week when they're not answering super chats. And I forget the same order as last week. Uninspired. What is coming up for you? Where can we find you?
You guys, I've got the Hulk video. It's completely done. Finally, finally got some free time to finish it. As I said, I would finish it before the 16th. I finished it before the 16th. Sadly, it has been copyright blocked by Universal. So,
Cunts.
Yeah, I'm getting that sorted out, and hopefully it will be out by this weekend if I manage to get the copyright stuff sorted out. So yeah, video is currently 37 minutes long. I'm not going to change it. So I really don't want to try and compromise because I really edited that for it to be fair use. I know 100%. So yep.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, but I knew the Universal would block it. Well, I didn't expect them to block it. I would have expected them to claim it though. But yeah, man. But yeah, so this weekend expect the Hulk video out, and tomorrow. Oh yeah, tomorrow I'm on with Critical Drinker and Hardcut Reviews and Dark Hour over on Dark Hour's channel. He asked me to come on to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. I think is tomorrow.
Oh, is that tomorrow?
I'm not too sure. Yeah. So I'll be over on Dark Hour's channel over on Tits with Drinker, Hardcut, and Dark Hour. So yeah, you guys can find me there tomorrow for more bad takes on the Mummy.
Yeah, tell Drinker that one. I'm sure he'll love that.
Yeah.
I'll tell him for sure.
Reaper, are you still soldiering your way through Fallout, or have you moved on now? What are you doing?
Where does he go? What you get?
I was putting my TV on again. It's on the other side of the room. I was putting Peep Show on. It's on Netflix. I realized the whole...
Good choice. It's a very good show.
Yeah.
I was asking. Have you completed your Fallout stuff, or are you still
I
doing
forgot to do that. You told me to do it. I forgot it.
I didn't tell you to do it. I was just wondering if you were.
Oh no, I don't know what I'm doing recently. I'm just slowly getting closer to death. That's really it. Really,
True.
just
Yes.
rotting away.
We're all going that way.
You're
can
the
we
cheerier
expect-
one out of you and Ryan? What?
Oh, because I accept it. I accept that our lives are meaningless and we should all just fucking kill ourselves. But you know, I'm gonna pass before that happens. Yes, I'll maybe Fallout. I don't know if I can be bothered.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who
You
knows?
know that feeling.
I can't remember. When was the last time I did a video?
I want to say it's
A
episode
while.
5, a couple of weeks ago, I think. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
17 days.
Hmm. It's
don't know how
just sitting
people
there.
get-
It's waiting for you. It's gonna just hover around like a tumor until you finally get rid of it.
Don't know how they get them out like every single week, man. It's just crazy. Some people's consistency when it comes to it.
Speaking of consistency, Mr. Brooks, what's
Oh
coming up
yes,
for
the
you?
king of consistency. Oh jeez, yeah. I might make another Dear Hollywood video. I like the response to the last one, just discussing like the issues in Hollywood overall. Like the fucking race swap issue is a very complicated one. It gets to the point where people don't even care if it affects the story or not. And I wanted to at least discuss ways you can do it right, and maybe continuing on with that with the Buffy info that just came out. Because I think we need to get to the point where we realize that this era of sequels and remakes is just not sustainable whatsoever. There's no original ideas being developed, and this is just not something that can work. So something along the lines of that. And I still want to do something on Duncan Egg and Mando, but I might save that for a little closer to the movie.
How can you say there's nothing original? Sinners won an Oscar. It says
You know
original
what?
in the award title, so it must be true.
I might have to do something on Sinners because I think that movie is painfully overrated. And I want to explain why. So maybe that'll be an option too.
Scene
Make sure you show
comparison
your
with From
face.
Dusk Till Dawn would work.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. If
Also-
I'm willing to sit through both of them, but I fucking hate both movies, so I prefer the scene comparisons to be a praise into a breakdown of bad writing. So
Dude,
sometimes
make sure
it's
you
the
show
same
your
franchise.
face during the Sinners review so that people know that you're black.
Honestly, no. I by rule, I'm probably never gonna put my face in the video because everything I'm saying should be valid if I'm fucking as white as Platoon. It doesn't matter. It's fact.
How do you even know I'm white, though?
I'm
This is-
assuming
could
that
be
your
any
thing is
color.
accurate. Okay, if you are not a fucking blonde dude in a fucking turtleneck, then we riot. Okay,
Platoon just opens his camera one day. He's
Yeah.
fully black, like
he's this
black,
he's
black
fucking
as shit.
black dude with longer dreads than
Cannot
me.
see me with the lights
Yeah.
off. It's impossible. Vex, what is coming up for you?
I was trying to get a video out before I left for MegaCon, but the script is almost done, so video will be out next week. But I will be at MegaCon this Saturday if anyone is going.
Ooh, where is that?
Orlando.
Oh,
Are
I
there
might
any
go to one of
interesting
those one day.
things, like a MegaCon? Like, do they do reveals or is it just like a mini version of Comic Con?
It's basically Comic-Con, yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
cool.
And Mr. Cynic, are you releasing anything soon?
Yes, I am alive and I'm actually releasing something. I'm going to do a video on why the Oscars suck.
Mm.
Good choice.
Mm.
Did you abandon the bride video?
I was about to
I
ask.
totally did. Well, yeah, I was like halfway done, and then I just realized like no one cares anymore.
It's the painful part of this job, eh? Like getting it when everyone's talking about it, you're just getting the script together. I don't know how people get these videos out so quick with getting all their thought process out.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Chat GPT probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the ones that come out really really quick aren't usually good ones. Like there
How
aren't
can
good
they
critiques
be?
in there.
How
Yeah.
can you? I look at my like sitting slaving over scripts, thinking about them in the shower, trying to fit all these pieces together.
In the
especially-
shower.
In
Yeah,
the
legit.
shower?
In the
Imagine
shower,
what's in
like
the
how do
shower
I connect
thinking about
these
a
scenes?
story.
How do I do this? But bro, I'm willing to talk about Naruto compared to Star Trek. I will go any direction if I can find a connection. We got to find the connection so it makes sense. I don't know how people get videos out on every subject instantly having a thought process out. How could it be your best work? How? But I don't know. To each their own.
Well, speaking of doing things that nobody cares about anymore, I've got basically all of the rest of Stranger Things banked, but I haven't released any of it because I don't trust the copyright process, which is one of the knock-on processes of how shit this is at the moment. So one of them's been sitting ready to go for basically a week, and I haven't released it yet because I don't want it to be claimed after 10 days. Like, Mauler's TFA Part 5, which I believe is back up. That was claimed after about 10 weeks.
Wow.
Wow.
It's not good at the moment. So anyway, the good thing about that is that they're all done. So no more extra work. So I figured, you know what? The Avatar video has basically been done. I'll just go finish that off. And I had one of the most depressing realizations when I started work on that today. Because I thought, Tyler Wolf's done a bunch of editing on the first bit. That's all good. And I knew I thought like, yeah, I've just got the rest of the script to record, but it's only like the last quarter of it. So I'll just sit down and record the script. I sat down, I recorded it. The script ended. The video fucking didn't, because I hadn't actually finished the script. As it turns out, I had just tricked myself into thinking that I had. So I had to finish the script instead. But that's now done. So that will be out, if not this weekend, the next weekend. And there's probably some other shit coming out as well. So plenty of videos in the next few weeks, but only a couple that I really give a shit about anymore. So hooray.
Have you ever had to redo a full recording?
Like
legit, it's fucked, and you have to redo the whole thing. Oh god, because I had to do that. I can't remember which video, but half of my recording didn't go through, so I had to redo it. And I just in the moment I was thinking, holy fuck! Can you imagine how long your recordings are? Like 5 hour. Like it's too much.
I've tried
man.
this. I actually made me stuck because I used to do it all in like one huge setting, and then I think once it was the case that Premiere had just stopped recording. And like I'd been recording for an hour and a half by that point, and my voice was fucked. And I looked, it's like, oh, you only caught the first 10th. Fuck it, I'm just gonna do this differently going forward. It's so much fun.
And you can see that like my MCU video, the 90-minute video I made, the recording for that was like 5 hours. And you can just hear the strength in your voice in the beginning and then it waning towards the end, like having to work around that.
Yep.
Just slowly dying. So like you could, if anyone watching that video, I'm fucked by the end of it. Like talking about Wanda, I can barely speak. But sometimes it's best just to get it done in one so the sound is consistent. Because like that's something I'm gonna notice more than anyone else watching it, but it can be tricky. Splitting it up and just fucks it all up.
Do you guys not warm up your throats before you record?
What does that mean, Vex? How do you warm up your throat, my dear?
Okay,
like, of all the ways you could have phrased that. No.
Because when I did voice acting lessons, when we would start each lesson, we'd always do like a vocal warm up. So I use that for my YouTube videos now, and I find that when I do that, my tone stays consistent throughout the entire recording.
I need to start doing that because basically I butcher the first sentence, and it takes me 10 hours to do the first line, and then everything else is okay from there because my voice is warmed up by then. So it just depends on how you work it, right?
I do it to do that and also to check like mic and voices. So it's like vocal warm up plus mic check at the same time. And it's not very long, but nothing can ever really make it so you sound exactly the same after speaking nonstop for 90 minutes. Like it just won't happen. But it's a good practice.
You guys actually record like you record them in one go?
Yeah. I don't know.
Not anymore, but I used to try.
Yeah,
one go,
man.
One
That's
go.
Incredible.
Get all the things and just just have it all in one and then chip away at it in the editing.
I do 2 paragraphs at a time. So I have
I
have like 30 sound files, but I find it makes editing much easier because then I'm able to just break it up into segments and it makes the task a lot less daunting.
Dude, 2 paragraphs. I do like 3 lines at a time, man. Well, I record on my fucking phone. No shit, I do
you're
3
crazy.
lines at a time, dude.
You're crazy.
Like, serious.
Record the whole thing and then spend the whole day chopping it up in Vegas, where it'll be like 90 minutes for like a half an hour video. And I have to cut through all the shitty mispronunciations, get the sentences that work. It's just, and you just eventually fucking hate the sound of your voice. Like even fucking Platoon, I'm sure you're gonna fucking go through this shit.
I tune it out at this point. I don't even notice that I'm speaking. I'm just listening for breaths and mistakes, and I cut those out. And then
cutting out breaths, cutting out little snippets. The plosives could be a big one. It's just a lot of tedious work that just makes you want to fucking jump off a bridge, but then the end product is good.
I think that's why I do it in segments, because I've also like found ways that I can reduce the amount of time I spend taking out those little breaths as well. So I find editing my audio only takes so for maybe like a 30-minute video, it'll take me like 45 minutes to edit that because I found my rhythm.
There are quick ways that you can write scripts that'll get this FFmpeg, I think it is. So it will automatically cut anything that's below a certain decibel limit. So you can. I mean, I've not done that, but you can. That I keep meaning to look into it as a way of just speeding up that process. But because otherwise it's just a noise gate and they sound like shit. So I don't like using them. But
It's crazy. You guys are making me realize how fucking
it's-
amateur I am.
It's
at
the
this.
100. No, the magic feature for you is if anyone uses Audacity, 100Z rumble. I don't even know what that means, but it deletes your plosives. So if you have the p and the s and all those things, I pretty much, it's part of my standard. I'll do the treble boost, the bass boost, and then the 100Z rumble, because any plosive that I miss, let's say there's like 1 or 2 I need to fix, it'll take it from being 17 plosives to like 2, that like 2 P sounds or S sounds that are really sharp. And you can just deal with that rather than having to fix your entire fucking script. So yeah, Audacity is a big asset. You can also delete the background noise.
I think I should do that because yeah, dude, I just fucking record on my phone and literally just pray for the best. Honestly, no joke.
That's my first video, me just yelling at Ryan Johnson into my phone. That's how my channel started.
That's all my fucking videos, dude. Even the new one that's coming out. I'm a fucking chat. I only use this headset, the mic, for live streams, but I fucking record on my phone's normal voice recorder.
Yes, your microphone. What are you doing? I know they are, but they're like
it's the best investment.
Yeah,
I'm a broke 24-year-old man. No shit.
You wouldn't hold your penis in such low regard, and your microphone's the next most precious thing in your life.
It's key.
Like your microphone, man.
You could have a shitty program. You can have almost everything be cheap, but sound quality, people right off the bat will just leave if you're sounding shit.
It's true, yeah.
My Rings of Power videos, I have 6. The first 3, absolute garbage sound quality. I have no idea how they got a single view. But it made me learn that I have to master the sound part, because it's just I sound under the sea. It's so bad. I don't know how.
I still loads I need to learn on that, because I know mine could sound better, but I got all the kit to make it sound better, but I'm just too lazy to look at numbers to make it work properly. But we'll get there. In any case, this has been going on for too long, so we're going to stop. However, we do have, and we're going to do these quickly because I know chat and I know what you're going to try and do, and fuck you. So here we go. Throw a bag of donuts, $1.99, just to make STY spend more money. Sty spend more money. I don't know what that means.
Well,
because he's the one that keeps sending the last supper chat.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Yes. Speaking of whom, Sty Games. I will, just to be the the last chat. Wild Warlock for $5 $. Emus are Aussie. Ostrich is Africa. Crazy French bugger.
Coming from a fucking African man who grew up in Africa too, man. That's an absolute disappointment on my end. Sorry, dude. Hey, I didn't have fucking ostriches in Ghana, dude. Come on.
And possibly finally, from saying, oh, fuck.
Maybe.
I am going to Suffocat the final. Suffocat, Sty Games follows that up with Suffocat final is me. That is it. The end stream button is being hit now, and we can't stop it. We're timing out. So we'll see you this time next week.
Cheers, chat.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.